gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
Well, hello there, everybody. It is me. It's Super D, Super Dave. You are watching Valid Opinions live, and as always, I am never alone in this crazy YouTube game. I'm here with the one they call Eli, also known as Valid Creations. Eli, how are you doing on this crazy, crazy Saturday?
I'm doing. We're getting things ready, setting shit up. It's been a bit of a hectic day, but I'm doing great.
It's been an insane week, and guys, this is the Super Show, and first things first, gotta be, take the L's where the L's are had, and SalvoPancakes will not be with us tonight. I'm sure most of you guys. Yeah, that's thank you, PeePaw. It's true. I am somewhat of a pick-me bitch, I guess. But Salvo said he was down to come on, and then tweet gets about 700 views, and Salvo just says he's got a wedding to go to now. So have fun at your wedding, Salvo. Careful with the loud music, though. Loud music does a toll on brain tumors. Talk about headaches for days, but we're gonna give up on that. Guys, Milltown's Best is at it again with Valid Opinions live, and like I said, we may not have Salvo with us today, but we got plenty of other people. Eli, how are you doing? Besides, I've been stressing you out with all this booking stuff. How are you handling these constant DMs I'm sending you as we're getting updates throughout this whole thing?
Yeah, I've been doing good. I've been missing a few things, but I've been crocheting a lot, just keeping my mind just focused in on my content, crocheting, hanging out with y'all. And I never mind your DMs, Dave, so never worry about bothering me.
We still got PeePaw Riverter joining us today, which is going to be awesome. We all love seeing a little PeePaw as, he comes around from time to time. I've had my dealings with PeePaw. I believe you've had some dealings with PeePaw, haven't you, Eli?
I mean, one time, yeah, we can definitely talk about that when we have him on the show later. We can go over all of that.
We're also going to have independent pro wrestling. I'll call him a superstar. The man's been in the business for over 20 years. Dysfunction. You might know him as the Weed Man. He wrestles for Insane Clown Posse's Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He's actually at a wrestling show right now in Franklin, Wisconsin. Leave it to Super Dave to book a show on 4th of July weekend. Guys, it has been a headache. I mean, seriously, I wish I could go into depth about how much of a headache booking this Super Show really has been. So stressful, guys. I want to deliver an awesome show for you guys, and I think we're still gonna deliver it, right, Eli?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not worried about it.
And I guess, guys, Hujan. Everybody's waiting for me to address Hujan.
David, you support Hujan. What is up with you supporting this guy? He's a doxer. He is getting canceled.
How do you feel about Hujan? I've seen you had some Twitter exchanges with the man, Eli. What's going on with you and Huge?
I mean, we got into like a little fight. We're slapping each other a little bit on Twitter the other day. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of fucking ridiculous that people assume everyone we call in on, we co-sign every action that they've ever done since they were a baby or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're just here doing a show. If someone calls in, that doesn't mean we're fucking like, yeah, they can do no wrong.
Well, we're going to be checking in with Hujan today, and that's not all. We talked with Leigha Something just a little while ago, and Leia's going to join us again today because I like Leigha, and I want Leigha on the program, and I think you feel the exact same way, don't you, on that, Eli?
Yeah, I mean, I'd always heard a lot about Leigha Something, and I never really interacted with her till we were, I think I called into her show, and it went really well, and then she called into ours, and it's like a good little chemistry between all of us. So I like having her on and having her call in.
You know, it's abundantly
Abby
clear.
says she was mine first. Abby, fight me, bitch.
That's one thing I will say is everybody is very quick to take ownership in this group, in this community, I should say. And I'm not going to lie, I like to take ownership of what I put into this community. But there's some people that have been actively trying to get my attention. And they have been trying oh so hard. I mean, they have been saying the most vile, despicable, heinous things a person could say about a human being when these fuckers don't even know me. First of all, Eli, do I look like I'm balding to you by any chance of the word, by any definition of the word? Am I balding? I mean, I got a
I don't see any balding, but I mean, to be fair, Dave, the green screen thing, it kind of made you look like a little floaty head. It cut some of your hair off, but you're not balding. People just don't understand how green screens work.
You know, and I will never understand the pedophilic mindset of the people in this community. Really quite fucking sickening. Yeah, what's up?
First of all, fuck anybody being like, you're a pedo is like an argument that just means you have weak-ass talking points.
Yeah.
Can you give your hair a little tug for us? Somebody said it's a wig or a plug-in. Give your hair a little tug.
No, it's all legit. It's all legit. It's all me. 100% me.
It's a wig. It's a plug-in. Oh my god.
Definitely not. Couldn't afford that even if I wanted to. But no, definitely not balding. Definitely not pedophile. If anybody, I don't hide from my motherfucking name. My name is out there. My docs is out there. Feel free to search a brother up. You'll see that I got some evictions and some. I don't even think I have any open drug charges or closed drug charges for that matter. But actually, I'm squeaky clean. So I will give you that much because they're like, address this, and I'm like, what? Address some rumors some Englishmen fucking halfway across the fucking ocean made up about me just for attention. And then, you know, there's accusations that I mistreated Sailor when Sailor was on the show. Did you hear anything about this, Eli? Did I mistreat Sailor when he was on? Because I thought I treated the kid with
I mean, if anything,
respect.
I was the asshole in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, you were like, are you a fan? I was like, nah, I don't fuck with how you move. I don't hate you, though. I think that was the roughest thing that anybody said while he was on. I mean, honestly, like, Assistant Sailor, if you're watching, if you catch this, let us know if we mistreated you and we'll make it up to you. But I don't think that we did.
And like, what bothers me, bro, is I'm sitting here trying to book a fucking super show for my viewers. I'm literally stressing to make sure this show is everything that our viewers deserve. And during this whole situation, I get bum rushed essentially by a group chat keep hitting me up on Discord, and it's the likes of, you know, the same old guys. I'm not even gonna give them relevancy at this point, but kept calling me, kept trying to entice me into these calls, and we're like, can you handle him, as if I'm some like retard and I need a wrangler. And like the way how you speak, bro, I know you wouldn't talk to me like that in real life because I'd smack you in your fucking mouth. So, and I would, and try me on that motherfucker. I'm not even gonna go into this blood sport stuff. I keep shit professional, and you got me to speak on you, and I hope you're happy, bro. But Jared, let me just tell you one thing, bud. I can see why you don't show your face. Your record is really quite something. If anybody has pedophilic accusations out there, look in the fucking mirror, pal.
What if we... I'm gonna get the whip on you, Dave.
No, I'm serious.
I don't know.
I'm serious.
I get it. I just mean like
if you're sitting at your desk trying to book a show and you're getting bombarded by like 4 little fucking nerds, join our chat. Blood sports, buddy. You said you would come on. Motherfucker, I was being polite because you were blowing up my Twitter and I wanted to handle it professionally, so I sent you a private DM that said sometime, pal, I would come on your stream. If you actually knew what
that dude, we're
being,
not naming names.
If he
has like 31 fucking subs on Rumble and wants you to come on. Of course he does. He just wants your content.
Yeah, the guy got 20K subs on YouTube, right? But our weekly streams do better than his. It's fucking unbelievable. And it's like, oh, you're a nobody. You're a piece of shit, Milktown. First of all, buddy, what the fuck? My name is Milltown, buddy. And you're going to know that soon enough, bro. He's going to know that. If he doesn't already know that. The guy's...
It's actually Millhouse.
Thank you for that, Eli. You know,
should we pull our...
I think PeePaw said it brilliantly on his Hujan stream. Can you tell me, PeePaw? Dono, TR Tarts with a $3 donation. Loving it. What does it say there?
Bloodsport Gate.
Bloodsport Gate. Hey,
Thank you, TR Tarts.
low tolerance for bullshit, TR Tarts. Low tolerance for bullshit. And to act like there cannot be professionalism in the commentary community, bro, you can continue to do your less than professional bullshit stream with a steady cam view that doesn't even show your face. Shows an anime character that looks nothing like the guy calls me balding. This fucking guy is balding. This guy is seriously balding. He seriously looks like Jared from Subway. Like,
someone called you MILFtown.
I appreciate that.
I like that. Also, not to cut you off, Dave, we can definitely get into it more later. I think we're a little bit overdue to pull somebody in.
Well, actually, no, Kurt.
Just keeping an eye.
I know we were supposed to have Kurt on, and Kurt is actually wrestling at his show right now, and he's sitting here. So
I thought he was supposed to come on at 10.
Yeah, he told me, but then he said the promoters started their show early, so he's going to wrestle his match, then he's going to join us. So you guys expect the good old Facebook Messenger DM, and when we get the ding, we know it's time for good old dysfunction. But Eli, you're not like a huge wrestling fan, right? But you have been studying dysfunction, like you've been learning about this guy that we're going to interview today. What is your first takes on this guy? I'm genuinely curious to what you think about dysfunction.
Dude, he goes fucking hard. Like, I looked him up, I saw some videos, I saw him body some bitch. I was like, oh my god. And like, I was just doing some research into him. I really want to know what discapitation is. It's a signature move, and I want him to explain it to me because I'm very fucking curious.
You know, I did my Crybaby stream last week, and in this stream I told you guys a little bit about my past and in my past in professional wrestling, and how when I was a teenager I really wanted to be a professional wrestler. And I got trained and did the whole spiel, and it came time for me to have a match. Guess who my first match was against? That's a question.
Was it
Eli.
Dysfunction?
It was indeed Dysfunction.
Answer and just give me a minute. Wow.
No, yeah. So Dysfunction is the wrestler who, in fact, like, just completely made me realize that professional wrestling is not the world for me. He comes from the world of deathmatch wrestling, and I don't know if chat knows much about deathmatch wrestling, but these guys basically get hit with light tubes, and they stick like chopsticks in your forehead, and then they use like gusset plates for construction, and I mean, it's some severely grotesque, violent stuff, and I love it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Brutal.
I'm not even gonna
Also,
lie.
people are asking about the video. We're going to be going over some of the videos while we talk to this dude in a little bit here, so stay tuned for that. That shit is brutal. It made me go like, oh, damn, are you serious? Like,
yeah.
I used to watch like WWE growing up. Fucking loved it. I used to watch that shit all the time with my brother.
Yeah,
but
this is a little bit different.
It's a whole nother level.
Like Eli said, she saw this completely manhandle this woman. Her name's Mickey Knuckles. She's very predominant. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, apparently, like, in the wrestling, is league the right word, or am I fucked up here? In the wrestling, like, independent scene, right? Apparently, like, there's very little females that are, like, predominant in that community. So when they're learning, they'll actually, like, want to wrestle against men. And so when I watched it, I was like, holy shit, this dude just body a woman? What the fuck? And, like, I was out of it. I was like, Dave, like, have you seen this? And when he explained it to me, it made more sense that, like, of course, like, women can choose to wrestle men, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as they're going into it with whatever they know that they're doing.
It actually draws a lot of
Mickey
money.
Knuckles can handle herself.
Oh,
I was
absolutely.
we were watching some of her wrestling before the show, and I would be scared to I would be scared if I was like, she was mad at me. Oh, dude, I'd be hiding under a fucking table, and she'd probably smash that shit on top of my head.
She's a beast, and she's an interesting character. I'm planning on introducing more of my old wrestling friends and associates that I've met along the way in the wrestling business on Valid Opinions Live, and it's gonna be a lot of fun down the road. But we're not gonna just have Dysfunction on today. I mentioned we're gonna have Leigha Something stop in. Hujan's probably gonna call in. We're just gonna, go by the seam of our pants and have a blast. And that also brings me to, I believe you guys heard her lovely voice during the introduction of the show while I was playing my good old music that I like to play. But Dove is going to be joining us. Dove is actually, I believe, with us right now. Is she not? Eli?
I love you.
I think.
I'm here.
Okay,
Oh,
guys.
she's here.
I gotta make sure I cue this up the right way, guys. So there's been a lot of accusations of face doxing going on lately, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm doxing your face today, Dove, and you better be okay with it, guys. I want you to see what Dove really looks like, and say hello to Dove, guys. Hey, Dove, how you doing?
Hi. This is
So-
what my face looks like.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it like this. I like Dove as a cat. It's so much more nicer because Dove gives you that evil eye sometimes, and it scares me, quite frankly. And Dove, how are you holding up? You've had a rough week on Twitter this week. Are you doing good?
Oh, it's fine. You've got to deal with this bullshit. It comes up. So, I mean, I've dealt with worse. I'm not worried.
I am so obsessed with the cat avatar. So I like the bow, by the way.
That's a little sneak peek
Thank
into the
you.
Meow recording project we're working on, actually.
See, guys, they are actually taking this Meow recording and doing something with it. We actually have full-on AI avatars. We're actually, well, I shouldn't say I like to include myself in your guys' project because I'm just like the biggest cheerleader you guys got right now. But I love it. You guys are doing some awesome stuff. Do you guys know what your first topic is going to be on Meow recording? Can we talk about it a little bit?
It's gonna be like a bunch of different topics. It's just kind of what we're interested in. It's not really like it's commentary, but it's not like on the commentary community. It's going to be like actual commentary on like topics we find interesting or that are in the news that we kind of followed. It'll be fun.
RBF in the chat says you're looking great, and I have to agree. I mean, you've never looked better, Dove. I think this is a good look for you.
TR
Thank
Tart says in
you.
chat, Dove strikes me more as a Siamese cat. What do you have to say to TR Tarts about that, Dove?
Yeah. I mean, I think I fit well with the tabby.
We
But I
are
can see.
Siamese, if you please.
Is it wrong that I really, besides like a few variations of cat breeds, I really have no clue. Like seriously, when it comes to cats, I know Siamese and Maine Coon. I know a Maine Coon because I got one.
I met the most fucking insane looking cat in my life the other week. So I went to a guitar shop to pick my guitar up because it was in the shop, and I had literally like gone to this guitar shop, coolest fucking place ever. It has like a little boutique ran in the back where like the person actually like gets the things, makes things for the boutique, and they had a fucking cat that lives with them in the guitar shop, right? So it's called like a Wolverine cat, and it looks like a fucking Wolverine cat. Like I swear to
Oh,
God,
wow.
like the fur on it is like missing in some places and thin in some places. At first I was like, oh, is this a sick cat? I mean, it looks cool as fuck, but he looked a little sick. And then she was like, no, that's just the breed. And I was like, oh my God. And it was the friendliest goddamn cat I've met in my life.
You were like, excuse me, I think your cat has mange, and they were like, no, it's meant to look like that, thank you.
I mean, it was an adorable cat. I just was scared because I've never seen one before.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I mean, I think this Meow recording has really taken off. Have you been getting much feedback about it, Dove, or has it been more problems starting this venture than anything?
We've had a few little issues here and there, but I mean, nothing like major. I don't know. We're just excited. We were planning on starting earlier, but some of our members of the podcast have been busy. One right now is like away. Then next week we have another one away. So we might end up having to record with like a few people missing to start with. But
I mean, now
Like-
recording does that, so it's fine.
we can't really push it off any further. Like we've already kind of pushed it back, and now we're just like, okay, we just have to do what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I think.
My God,
that's fair.
Dove. Someone just called us a bunch of pussies.
Who called us a
I
bunch
mean,
of pussies? I get
Because we're cats, get it? Owned.
I'm so late, man. Over my head. Thank you, Edwin.
Owned.
Speaking of which, you know, it's a special day for the guy today, so cheers to you, pal. I don't think I broke any agreements by saying.
No, yeah,
But I
that's
did
fine.
get myself. I did get myself in trouble. Should we talk about? I'm just gonna say it. So I might have kind of overspoke this week. Good for numbers. Not even gonna lie. Just shit talking. You know, we do a little trolling from time to time, and
You're such a dick.
I stirred the shit so bad this week on Twitter.
yeah, and that's kind of what I want
I
to.
took such a cheap shot at somebody and it blew up in my face.
We'll talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So y'all know Aiko, right? Good old Aiko lies about having a gifted sub to look cool. Aiko, you know who I'm talking about.
We all know her. Yeah.
So,
Oh no, I'm not
anyways,
familiar.
I had been very professional with her. I'll fill you in later, Duff. Don't worry about it. So I have been I was very professional towards her at first. I went to her chat to ask some questions, and she said some horrible shit about me, right? And I didn't even stoop to that level. But she called me like a condom that takes itself off the stealther, and that nobody will ever love me as, you know, my boyfriend's sleeping in the background here, right? And anyways, so Dave had made a tweet and like inviting her onto the show. Maybe we could have some sort of discussion or debate.
I invited so many people on this show. I'm surprised that hasn't been the gossip. Is like I've been sending chain emails out to. Seriously, if you've had more than like 50 to 300K subs, I've probably sent you an email. Just saying.
True that. So Dave invited her on the show, and she was like, "Come up with a better pitch," and it was to talk about, you know, the whole situation, right? And she said to come up with a better pitch, and Dave said, "Oh, it sounds like it's for a payday," and she liked that. So I made a very low blow on Twitter. And I was like, well, I thought it was about defending women, not about getting paid. Which I know, I was being bitchy. She'd gone overboard with me. I felt it was okay to be like a snarky bitch back. But in hindsight, not my best idea because she went crazy. I had this bitch going on Twitter for like a week about it. Like, she does not stop.
I mean, they call her an assassin, but like, it's like, is it an assassin if you're just really fucking annoying? I mean, and it's like...
Yeah, she...
And let's just say hypothetically, let's just say I said, okay, Aiko, I'll have it your way, and I'll pay you X amount of dollars for an hour of your time for a candid interview, right? Then let's just say I pay X amount of dollars, and then I would have had to go through the whole venture of doing that with Eddie. And it's just like, Edwin's got a video he's trying to get out. He don't need to get sucked into little old VOL's drama over here. But I have issues with Aiko, and they have nothing to do with anything's Babs related.
Be careful, Dave. Be careful, Dave.
Why?
Because if you say anything about her that's not related to that situation, she's gonna try to get a got you on Twitter and say, "Oh, so you agree with me about everything?" Because that's how her brain works. The mental gymnastics are insane.
I think she
so
smokes too much
I,
pot, to be honest with you, and I smoke some pot.
I don't know. I had said like all of my coverage has been about different things that she's been doing that I view as wrong, nothing related to the main situation. And she took that as me agreeing with her on all of her takes. What, dude?
Dove, have you honestly, I gotta ask you this, Dove, have you heard from Aiko or anyone in Aiko's camp about everything that's going on? Has Aiko even attempted to apologize to you? I mean, I genuinely gotta know this. Has Aiko or anybody from Aiko's camp reached out to you?
I mean, no, because she's a trash bag, so what do we expect?
Well, I've had some people that Aiko is seemingly pretty close with actually message me saying that my take on her pirating paywalled content was good and comparing her to bad YouTubers that do the same shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are people she's close with that even agree with me, which I think is pretty fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
We also, like, we get stuff sent to us all the time. Like, anybody who thinks that they are, like, in a Discord server, like, being sneaky and, like, talking about things, most of the time that is sent to us. Like, this community talks. Like, this is what, like, it's literally commentary. Everybody loves the drama. Everybody sends each other everything. So, I mean, like, we're aware of everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's how kind of like when we first started Valid Opinions Live, there was some like secret servers, these Discord servers, man, you'd be amazed with how many of them there are. And there's people that get off on being like a double agent. Does that make any sense? And I know it's just online petty bullshit, but like people get off on sending screenshots to like get my candid reaction or get Eli's candid reaction. And do I have to continue to worry about this, guys? Is this just gonna be what it is with the YouTube game? Like, do I just have to play it?
Well, that's the thing. People are going to try to get your reaction. They're going to try to get you to freak the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to try to unnerve you and make you feel like you can't say anything. That's how they go. That's how this community works. And as shitty as it is, the more people that notice us, the more it's going to continue ramping up in that direction. So we just kind of have to find our own way.
Because when I watched that 175 viewer in 2-day stream where they were just saying the most heinous stuff about me, and I was thinking to myself, like, dude, this is what you're signing up for, bud. You're signing up for cocksuckers like these guys. And I say cocksuckers with love, guys. It's not a homosexual slur. I love people that suck cock.
It's July 1st. You don't have to worry about it, Dave.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. But these two cocksuckers just blatantly talk shit. And I what did I tell you, Eli? Out of everything that they said, and they said the most, they told me to unalive myself is the word, I believe.
Yeah, they told you to keep yourself safe. That's my favorite little thing. Keep yourself safe. That's my favorite shorthand for it. They called you Fagtown. They called you a lot of things.
It sounds like you're getting a lot of joy out of telling me what they said.
I want a nickname. Nobody does play on words with my fucking name. I'm a little bit butthurt. You know what I mean? The best they had to say about me was I sound like a trans woman.
But out of everything they said, what hurt the most was when they came at my content. And I'm going to keep it real with you. If you're keeping it about the content, fair game. The motherfuckers said, out of everything about my content, the dude said my aspects are off. Basically saying that, I mean, and touche, fucker, my aspects were off. But thanks to you bitching about it, you just made my show look 40 times better. How are you guys liking the new setup we got going on here? I think I kind of flexed with this a little bit, don't you? I mean, Eli, what's your take on our new look?
Like, I love what's going on here, and I love your new like camera setup and the fact that you don't look like, I mean, you didn't really look that much like a floating head, but you know, people get confused. So now you're more like blocked in. I like the breathing logo. I like everything that you've been adding, and I think that it works really well.
So it's like touche, fuckers. If anything, you made my content better.
Can I just say though, like, in regards to like people going at you for like stupid things or, you know, like their opinions of you, I think you don't really need to worry about it. You just put your head down, you work on your content, you do your best to like put out the best you can. And like whatever people have to say, you're just like, okay, cool, fuck you, I don't care. Like, you want to build content and it's good content. You want to build an audience that appreciates that. Not just fire up a stream and be like, this person's this and this person, you know, like, shit talking only gets you so far.
Exactly.
Like,
this community's so small as it is.
Just worry about your content and do your thing. Don't worry about other people that talk shit. Like, they're always going to talk shit.
For sure. Do we want to bring Leigha in just to see how Leia's talking about everything? Because Leigha has had a real rough week herself. And,
yeah, we could do Leigha or PeePaw, whichever works first. I don't know like what order we were going to have everybody up on.
Well, I want to give PeePaw some time to himself because I want to genuinely ask about PeePaw's life. He had his sons on his stream earlier, and I was just so amazed by a father with his two sons. It was so entertaining, and I really want to speak to him kind of one-on-one if that's okay. But Leigha, I mean, she's been going hard. Yeah.
Hopefully it works this time and it doesn't disconnect her. Hey, we did it! What's up, Leigha?
Leigha, are you with us? How
are you?
How has your week been, Leigha?
It's been nice. It's been great.
I noticed you and good old Hujan are dunsies. What happened with Hujan?
Yeah, you know, we broke up.
Yeah, it sounds very tragic, very sad.
It's a very
We'll break
sensitive
up.
topic, Dave.
I mean, I
miss
just, I bet you do miss him. I miss Hujan too, and I barely talk to the guy. I believe.
Careful, Dave. If you miss him, you
I-
suddenly condone everything he's ever done in his life.
And facts. This guy literally just berated me on a stream for the fact that I associate with the guy. And what can I say? The guy makes me laugh. I mean, he's so ballsy. It's crazy. But that's just not all you've been dealing with on Twitter, Leigha. You've been dealing with Nice. I caught up on that earlier today, and that was an interesting read.
Yeah.
How are you handling Nice? Are you sleeping with one eye open yet?
So last night I got 4 hours of sleep. So,
I'm so
God
sorry.
damn, Neats. Like,
Touche.
I can't sleep because of this woman. Like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Her and her flying monkeys are coming after me. I can hear the African music. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm distraught. I'm just looking over my shoulder all the time. I feel like she's gonna slash my tires.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, she's gonna take the plane ride just to slash tires because she seems
want
petty
me-
like that.
Yeah, and then
You
she'll.
want me?
Oh, oh my God, I'm so triggered. I don't even know what to do. Ooh, I'm just so scared. Just so
Sorry, I'm not
scared.
trying to give you a heart attack, Leigha.
I mean, I shouldn't have made that live stream. Oh my God, niece, I'm so sorry.
But now she's saying you're like talking about her friends and you're bringing her personal friends into this drama. What is
Yes.
she? What is the loon even talking about in this situation?
So there are particular emails that she had sent out to an ex of hers
Okay.
named Jay. And in these particular emails, she names two people in the email. She gives Jay the threat that she is going to call CPS on Jay and their kids. And that she's then she also sends like another email and starts directing the email towards this Samantha person.
Wow.
And I think at the time when I read the email, I thought Jay and Samantha were like two different people, but Niece is claiming that the emails that she sent, because she confirmed them by confirming that I'm dead naming this person supposedly, or she's confirming that she did send them. She says that I dead named her ex by reading the name Samantha in
Not
the
little Michael
email.
Demented's mom.
Yeah, I know. Like I didn't even know Samantha, little Michael Demented's mom was even connected to.
It's the
Niece.
commentary community. I mean, you'd be amazed who knows everybody. It's very interwoven.
What a small world! It's just insane. It's just crazy. I didn't know. Michael Demented, rest in peace.
And another thing I've come to notice is you have been coming very friendly with Dove. I'm a little jealous about this actually. How did the friendship start up between you and Dove? Was that kind of like a Valid Opinion Live thing, or just
They're best
Trying to
friends
claim
now.
our friendship.
We're actually all best friends because we're all gonna get giant water bottles. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
once we
we're
have
so
that, we'll be
brothers.
best friends.
Yep, we are. I have my giant water bottle right now.
So do
making sure
I.
I take sips.
they're
So
plotting,
stay
guys?
hydrated.
Only a couple
We're
more
plotting
days
to make
before
all you bitches hydrated.
I'm gonna be in the soup line real quick. I'm gonna be out of
But yeah, oh, sorry. I
No,
didn't
go
mean to
ahead,
interrupt.
Leigha.
But yeah, I like the vibe that Dove, Valid, and even you, Milton, and I have. It's great. Like I had fun the first time I was on, and I just continue to have fun. It's like a positive interaction, and I like this kind of stuff.
As do I, and it's pretty good to do a show and talk about your videos and everything without being called the most insane, heinous shit. I mean, even Have you really, Leia? Have you had to really deal with like people making like the most baseless, dark accusations? I mean, we never really touched on you too much, like how deep like the bullying and shit talking. I know you're one for blood sports, but
Yeah.
how it crosses the line sometimes, does it not?
You know, what people say on the internet so far, it hasn't crossed the line.
You're lucky.
The one time it did was just like on your show where Edwin had pointed out that Tipster made the same, like he tried to complain to Igo and say, you know, Edwin accused me and Leigha Something of fooling around behind my wife's back. That was a dig at me that I took really seriously, because it's like Tipster used to be my friend and he's saying this stuff, and it's like he knows this is far from the truth, so I don't even know why he would lie about this. But yeah, that was the one time it crossed the line.
Did Tipster address that? I'm sorry if I missed out on that. I wasn't sure. Did after that all came out and you confronted like that's not the truth and everything, had Tipster addressed any of it?
Oh no, Tipster will never address it, or if he does address it, he'll just brush it off and be like, "Oh well, we agree to disagree. I think Edwin said that, where you don't think Edwin said that," and it's like, my dude, we both know what Edwin said, and he did not say that stuff.
You know, Dove is a certified ninja, and I would love to send Dove over to Tipster's house and handle this. I mean, I think it's a job for Dove. Do you co-sign this, or are we're not going to talk about that?
I think Leah can definitely handle
Leah
herself.
can definitely do it.
Could you
I
imagine
mean-
that them fighting? That would be awesome. I would pay to see Tipster fight Leia. That would be
Recently.
awesome.
Recently, Tipster has been attacking mobsters on their political views and the videos that they make. So maybe I could learn a move or two from Dysfunction today.
Yes, I'm waiting
And-
for the man. He needs to hurry up.
Discapitation or whatever. I want to learn about that.
You will.
Yeah, like I want to learn how to body slam Tipster.
I don't. First of all, I mean, you are into bodybuilding, so I doubt you can. Well, actually, I have no doubts you can get him up. Get him in a nice scoop slam. It could really be something, and I think it's only fair at this point because you know the man is Tipster. Tippy is Tippy, but I noticed that you're getting really close with us as a group. Have you been seeing any views going up?
Tipster donated one. I Tipster endorsed Vitamin's milkshakes and jelly business. God damn it, Vitamin.
Vitamin gets it in always. Always.
Those
Yeah.
taco milkshakes are to die for.
I'm
I
serious.
know. I
Um,
think what was it? The tomato milkshakes. You know what they're good for, right?
Vitamin knows how to get themselves over. And I'm still. Does anybody know if Vitamin's a male or a female? I mean, I still.
Vita's a dude.
It's a dude. Okay. See,
Yeah.
see, this is what I'm talking about. Dove and Eli know absolutely everything. And looks like we got another dono, but it didn't go off. Our alert's broken. That would happen.
What's the dono?
I don't know. It just went off. Let me check.
Okay. So while you're doing that, we're just gonna chit chat.
Yeah, please
Um,
So
Look at
meow
that.
recording. I'm so excited for this. Like it's just a great idea that y'all created, or y'all went through this and got the little Abbies going. So I'm super excited. I already subbed to the channel.
Oh,
That's how
thank
stoked
you.
I am.
How are your guys'
We're
subs
excited.
doing on Meow Recording? I was genuinely curious about that. I haven't checked for a couple days. Are you guys seeing subscribers? I mean, we've been trying to push it pretty hard.
I mean, honestly, I didn't even look.
That's a real great content. Dove's the greatest content creator there is. Doesn't give a fuck about numbers. I go on and on and on about numbers, and Dove's just like, shut up.
I'm just like, whatever. I just want to do the podcast and have fun.
It must have been
Yeah.
a fluke because we only got the dono from Tipster and TR Tarts. So it must have been a false
Okay.
flag.
Not a false flag.
Oh
Niece,
my
niece
God.
flashbacks. Niece flashbacks.
I'm genuinely curious if Hujan is in the chat right now. I know in England the time difference is way
I mean,
off.
Hujan was there earlier.
Would you
I
be
think
willing to
he
talk
said
to
some
Hujan
shit
right now,
already.
Leah? I think I can mend this fence and get you guys
Oh
back
my
together.
God.
I would like to do that for both
No,
of you.
he can't. He can't. She's mine now. I've claimed Leah.
Dave has
Yeah.
this thing. He's really good. He always wants to patch things up with people. Like other people are like blood sports, and he's like, let's fix things.
I'm that guy in the community, and I guess that's what some people's problem is with me. Is it's just
Yeah,
like,
just shut up.
Remember when we
you-
had Salvo and Hujan on? Up there's Hujan. Speak the devil.
pull 'em in.
Hujan,
Hujan, are you here with us?
One moment.
I miss you.
Oh, he's quiet. He said 1 moment.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
People
I
are-
love it when we. What?
I do think it's funny that like people are so quick to be like, oh my God, you condone what Hujan does. And it's like, no, as many chances as we gave Slug, I'd be willing, I'd be more than happy to give those same chances to Hujan as well.
Hujan
so.
catches a lot of shit from so many people, and it's like,
You mentioned Slug's name. He's gonna pop up in
Leah,
chat.
take me back and unblock me on Twitter now. What is this about? Come on.
I know.
Come
it's-
on.
It killed me today. I just miss you. Like,
Yeah,
You-
that's it. You gotta unblock me and follow me back. We gotta go back to how it was, right? You can't be doing this serious shit with me.
okay, let's stop the retardation. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Milton.
Well,
no
let's
worries,
stop
Wanna get
no
the-
worries. I got
Let's
shit.
stop
I
it.
got shit from one of our viewers. I'll shut up. See
To
there.
say,
Thank you.
Wait,
Thank
that-
you for the spanks. I will not. I will watch what I say.
We're trying
we
to
can't-
we're
we
trying
can't
to
say that
uplift the community. Retard, Dove. We're not supposed to say retard. Retard is a
we're not supposed
forbidden
to say
word.
retard.
It's a forbidden
wrong with
word.
retard?
Times less.
Forbidden.
Okay, you're unblocked, and I followed you. I'm sorry.
You gotta admit it, Hujan. I am a miracle. I'm a miracle worker, Hujan.
Yes. This is it. I need your words of wisdom. See, you get follow back now.
Thank
We,
you.
we support each other here, Leah.
Hujan, it's been
Yeah.
raining shit on you lately. How are you handling it, bro?
I'm not too bad to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just focusing on editing. I'd rather, again, it's just like taking time out just to put quality into content. I think it's like important, obviously. It just gives me a bit of time as well to focus on, like I'm doing my other channel.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
saw that.
I-
Subscribe to it. Everybody else needs to subscribe to it. We'll make sure we put links in the description and all that good jazz. If you want to post them in the
No,
chat.
thank you. Yeah, I want to sort of like target different audiences, different algorithms, and just doing like, I don't know, like a little bit of messing around, just like with different taggings, different subjects.
Yeah, he
things
doesn't
like
want your
this.
push, Dave.
Dove, why are
Hey,
you being so,
Hujan.
Dove's being mean again?
Did you notice?
No, no, no.
I want to be mean. Wait, let me be mean. Hujan, did
Sorry,
you notice
but,
that I have more followers than you on Twitter now?
Oh!
Oh,
Honestly, for
holy
me,
shit.
awkward.
for me, honestly, it's one of them where like I'm not too fussed about the Twitter thing. I mean, I get a new account, my content will go out. I think like personally, I think my content speaks for itself. So
Your
I'm not
content's been
too
awesome.
worried. Yeah, that's it. Like I'm not that worried like about like that side of things. It's like Twitter isn't really like my main focus. My main focus is YouTube and gaining subscribers and views over on there.
Seems like little
Dave.
Pika got herself over this past week with some pretty big names. I was shocked to hear the likes of some of these big people in the commentary community talk about her. How's Pika handling everything? Because she's never had to deal with, the likes of some of these names coming, into her Twitter universe.
I suppose at the minute she's just focusing on work that she's got to do for college. I mean, she's got like exams and stuff. It's just I think like again like taking this stuff too seriously to a point where it's actually affecting your life or anything like that is just stupid. I think obviously you got to put like other things as a priority.
For sure. But what do you think? Like, growth comes from hard work. So it's almost like you say don't care, but if you don't care, how are you going to see growth? It's like you got to invest.
Because you care
What
about
do you
your
mean?
content and not other people's opinions.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's it. It's just basically I just do whatever. I guess I'm just not the same as everybody else in this space, right?
You know, Hujan, I never asked you. Candid thoughts. What are your candid thoughts on Leia's content? I don't think I've ever asked you. Do you like Leia's work?
I actually watched earlier on a bit of a stream where she was talking about the Michael Alberto stuff. I popped in. I was in there for like the last 20 minutes because I've been in bed ill.
How are you feeling now, though? Are you any better?
A lot better now. Just like swallowing like really hot. So it's just it's been awful.
Yeah, Eli was going through something like that.
Yeah, it's just at the minute it's just well, I was throwing up, and then it's just from there it just kind of went to like swelling in my throat, I guess. So yeah, just taking
Freaked me the fuck out. I straight up. I was talking to Dove in Milltown earlier when you were texting me that, and I was like, "Is Hujan fucking dying?" Because you have like the same symptoms that I get.
They're just
when
so
I have
dramatic.
No, I have allergic reactions where my throat closes, and when my throat closes, it's very much like Hujan described, except for his wasn't an allergic reaction. It feels like there's a ball. Cantler donated 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Cantler.
It feels like there's like a ball when you're swallowing. You can't swallow, so it's like a ball with needles in it, like in your throat. So he was like, I can't swallow without pain. And I was like, dude, are you dying? Like, maybe take an antihistamine.
Dub, if go ahead, Hujan.
Bo Black's donated 1.
I was gonna say, it's just take an anti-swelling and stuff, and just feeling out a lot better
Oh
now
no, that
compared to
was.
this morning.
I'm sorry, Hujan. There was just some shade
right.
thrown. There was just some serious shade thrown.
Recap it for. Want to recap it for us, Eli?
It said Bo Black's donated 1, and that Vitamins milkshake. He used to be small, and Vitamins milkshake made it grow so much that Olivia's finally interested.
Oh,
Damn.
Don't shoot the messenger,
that's
kids.
funny.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh man.
So, Hujan, I hope you feel better, and I want you to know I'm not mad at you. Whatever. I was joking.
Honestly, yeah. Again, like, don't ever take me personally or anything like that. And always know, like, you got DMs open with me anyway. Like, you can always reach out to me.
Okay, I'll reach out
Not
to
yesterday
you.
with him.
I will admit, I did make a joke at the worst time when you were like fighting with everyone. So I do apologize about that.
Hujan, what's up?
It's okay.
Hujan, what's up with the exchange you had with Eli this past week, talking about disabilities and our favorite lone wolf? What's going on with
my God.
It's a difficult opinion for me to have and agree with. So, say for instance, right? I understand a portion of what Valed's saying, where she says that disabilities don't account for behavior fully. Right?
True.
I understand that, definitely. But I also think that there's a part to all of this where it's just like not knowing that person in real life, not knowing that person fully, as well. So, I guess it's like assuming that person's like has somewhat of capacity to be sort of like engaging in that kind of behavior, like with a right mind frame, right?
Yeah.
But like the reality is they might not be. So like these are the things that you got to take into consideration. And like again, for me, it's not that like I'm like, oh, you should not do this. It's just an opinion. It's literally just an opinion. I'm not here screaming down at people's throats saying like, oh, you should not do it. Like I'm just saying I have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
We have a difference of
that's
opinion
it.
for sure, because
Yeah.
for me, like, yeah, she is disabled in her bio, etc. I'm also disabled. Not to say that we're the same kind of disabled, but she doesn't know. Like, she goes after people that are also disabled mentally, physically, etc. Right?
She goes
I
after
don't
a homeless
think-
woman.
Yeah, I don't think that it's fair to assume that she is incapable of receiving the backlash for her own opinion. You know what I mean? Like, we might not be the same amount of disabled, but you never know, because she says she's disabled, right? But we don't know
sounded
what
like
it
the
is.
intro to a movie. I'm sorry. We may not be the equal. I'm sorry. It
No,
sounded
I'm just
hilarious.
clarifying.
Yeah, I know.
Because when we had that conversation on Twitter, you were like, yeah, but you can't assume that you're the same. And I never said that, so I just wanted to clarify it.
Yeah. It's cool. Again, I don't think any of it's serious. I don't think you take it seriously anyway.
Guys,
I
look
mean,
at me fixing
all
I did
all
for a
these
second.
problems.
That's why I
I think there
DM'd
was nothing
Hujan
to
after we were
fix for me
fighting on
about
Twitter.
it.
We were calling each other I don't know. Well, we were like calling each other. I was like, man, it's wrong and offensive. And you're like, nah, you're being wrong and offensive. So I DM'd you and I was like, hey, like, are we actually fighting? I just don't agree with you. And you were like,
it just
nah,
makes me
you're
feel like
good.
I'm
I was
special,
like,
like I
okay.
can fix somebody's relationship.
Yeah,
Call
hear
me the
that?
guru
Hear
here.
I'm
Hear
going
that,
to come
Dave?
to
You
you for
didn't fix
counseling.
shit.
If I ever need it, I'm coming to you for counseling.
Just as long as it's not AODA counseling, because yeah, I don't know if I can help you there, pal. No, I'm just and AODA, alcohol and drugs. Sorry, let's talk about falling flat on a joke. Holy shit! But I'm doing shit. Sorry, guys.
I can get wrecked.
Yeah, sorry, guys. It's one of them days. Dove, how you holding up over there?
Owned.
We got a VTuber in the house. Dove just doing her old little kitty thing.
I'm good.
I'm going to shoot because I'm currently dying. But
Yeah.
All right, Hujan.
Okay.
yeah, thank you for having me on it. And again, like I'll probably pop on again in the future, and I'll probably be back in like I think it's like 52 days or something like that. I'll be back,
For
and then
sure.
I'm working on my documentary.
Yeah,
temporarily.
that's the Kiwi
So,
Farms doc, right?
Yeah.
Looking good, bro. I
Um,
watched the trailer. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's I'm really excited to release that. Just kind of a lot of research to do still, and just like a lot of looking into. There's still new information still coming out. Whereas, say for instance, like swattings and stuff like this, a lot of accountability has been, I guess, taken away from Kiwi Farms based upon them releasing a post exposing the people that were swatting. So yeah, again, the story just keeps on changing. So it's a little bit crazy.
It's good
yeah.
seeing your content develop and change, and you're growing with your content, man, and that's awesome to see. And I will continue to push that. I don't know what you've done in your past, Hujan, nor do I give a fuck about your past. I care about your present, and your present is awesome. Your future is looking bright. Your editing is continually getting better, and if that's like
You don't
Go
just
ahead.
because you're friends with him and you think he's great, you don't avow every single thing he's ever done in his life.
Thank you again,
Because that's
Eli Slam
that's what
Dunk.
everyone's
I-
coming at us about.
I mean, I would definitely say like people always are like, like whether they should disavow me, this kind of stuff, right? But the reality is what really have I done that's bad? Well, I've talked shit to people in this community, and I've said probably
mean-
the same level of stuff towards people in this community as what they've all said to each other. The difference is where it's directed. I think it would be wrong to say any different and just ignorant. But yeah, I'll leave it there anyway.
For sure. Thanks, Hujan.
But, yeah, I'll speak to you guys in a bit.
Sounds
Cheers for
good.
having me on.
For sure. Thank you for coming on. You really saved me in a pinch there, Hujan. I really did.
And just for
Alright, I'll
optics,
see you
I
guys.
disavow this entire conversation because Hujan was a part of it, just so you know.
And I'll do the
Everyone
exact
disavow
opposite.
me right now, otherwise you'll get in trouble.
I won't.
Yeah. I disavow you. Fuck you, Hujan. Get out of here.
I refuse. Hujan is my friend.
I'm running scared now, okay?
All right, see you
guys
later, Hujan. Everybody, that was Hujan, checking in.
Do you know any Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
Who
not
hit,
upside down.
who hit the pick me bitch? Was that you, Dove?
Of course
That
it
was Dove.
me.
Should we pull him in while we're waiting and he can actually say it in person for us? or-
Yes, bring in.
are we
Let's bring in
waiting for-
PeePaw. He's been
okay.
waiting long enough. Let's bring in good
Are
old
you
PeePaw.
ready, PeePaw? I'm gonna drag you. I just dragged PeePaw on live, everybody. Salvo says, "How do I call in?" You'd have to. Can someone post the Discord link, please? One of the mods.
I got you.
And we
Thanks,
can
Dove.
drag you. And of course, if any of y'all want to dip before that, we can talk first and then have him on after. We do that with every guest. So if you ever
For
have an
sure.
issue with anybody that's on here, just let us know.
And you're just hanging out with us,
We're
Leah?
not trying to corner anybody.
Yep,
Awesome.
I am.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
just chilling like a villain.
Sounds good. So, do we got PeePaw with us? PeePaw, are you with us?
Yeah, what's up, brother man?
PeePaw, it's been a crazy, crazy week for everybody. I caught your stream. You're about to take a break. It's been pretty heavy for you, huh?
Nah, man, it's just my youngest got some days off. I had a lot of vacation time. I thought, well, I'll just take it off. And he came home for a bit of a visit, and we're just kind of gonna I don't know what I will do, but I just thought I was spend my time with him and not worry about trying to make, streams and crap. So
I'm not gonna lie, when you had your two sons on earlier, I mean, talk about awesome. It was so cool seeing that father-son dynamic between you guys. Your sons are really some characters. Do they do their own kind of like online stuff, or are they staying far away from this thing?
well, my youngest one does stream, but he like plays video games like Valorant and stuff like that. What's that other one? The one where the cars shoot the balls into the net, kind of like soccer. I can't remember what that's. I don't know. Anyway, he plays that one and a few other things or whatever. But no, that's So
That's
Nice.
awesome. Peepaw, we kind of had this rocky start, I had done, I was going through this phase where I was trying to put out so many videos a week, and, I decided to cover your channel, and, I think that kind of got us off on the wrong foot. What did you think when Hujan tells you to react to this kid's video, and up comes my face talking about your YouTube channel? How'd you handle that?
Well, I think you and I kind of got off a little bit on the wrong foot. And, but I think, luckily, because we're both adults, we were able to kind of get it all settled and squashed. And for my part, like I said, I apologized, for my part, of just kind of being a little bit, I was a little bit too snarky with some of the things that I said. And, for that, like I said, I apologize. But no, I took what you said to heart.
Yeah.
Like the profile picture not really being too representative, but that was like that was like a really old PFP that I had this artist draw for me, and
You wanted to get your money's worth out of it.
well, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's no big deal, but I've been really blessed because I've got a lot of fans that are like just incredible talented artists that just out of their own, desire, whatever, have made, pictures and stuff of me, and I'm appreciative of it. And so, like right now I'm rocking the one that that Van Luke did the other day of where she did the whole series of different commentary people, like when they were babies and stuff, and the ones she
Yeah.
did on me I thought was so cool.
I thought they were really good too. Eli, what did you think
Yeah.
about them?
Super cute.
Let's do a round table. What did everybody think of Van Luke's pictures? Let's start with Eli, and then we'll go to Leigha, and then Dove. No, maybe not.
Eli, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
So, Eli?
Oh well, fuck me. I was just talking. That sucks.
She does this
Anyways.
constantly.
I literally
trying
did
to-
this yesterday too, so you're totally fine, Eli.
Yeah, sorry. I was dealing with Salvo's in the waiting room and was asking me called dragged in, so I was just asking about things. But with Van Luke's pictures, I'm a little bit sad that I'm not a big enough creator to get one yet. I mean, hopefully someday. But I loved the one of PeePaw. I loved all the ones that she put out already. But the PeePaw one was definitely so fucking funny. I loved it with the little coffee mug.
What'd you think?
It was pretty cute.
What'd you think, Leigha?
It's cute. Van Luke even did like a Salvo one, and Salvo's holding a pancake. So
Salvos actually look
adorable.
like him.
Yeah, I think so too, because he has like that little shaggy hair.
For sure.
Speaking of Salvo,
And
would y'all
I
want
do
me
like
to wait
PeePaws.
till the
That's on-
segment's done, or
This
would
is
y'all mind
PeePaw's
having a
segment. It's
conversation
on
with him
PeePaw if
today?
he wants him on or not.
That's why
I
I'm
don't
asking.
care.
Yeah.
I have no ill will towards
Okay.
Salvo. I don't know where he's. I know he thinks I hate him, but I do not hate Salvo. So that's if Salvo wants to come in,
Okay.
that's fine with me. I
I'll
don't
drag him
care.
in then. We can all chat and keep it chill. Okay,
Yeah.
we're dragging you, Salvo. He said he's nice, Salvo, today, so
I hope so.
giving you a shot, buddy.
Salvo, am I being mean enough?
Oh, there he is.
Well, well, here's the thing. I don't have anything ill will against Peepaw. Peepaw and I he used to check in around holidays, in 2022, asked how I was doing and all these things. And then all of a sudden at the beginning of the year, he kind of flipped like everyone else. And I've been kind of meaning to talk to Peepaw. Like, what
Okay.
happened? what's up with all this animosity? And it's also good to hear that you're in the mood to mend bridges, because
I have no animosity towards you, Salvo. I just did not. I just think you did some things that I did not approve of, and I just think that you were being a little bit malicious. And I can't. I just don't. I just kind of had to pull back, man. I mean, that's just. I mean, but like I said, I harbor no ill will. I was honestly, I was very I was very I wouldn't say distraught, but I was sad when your channel got terminated off of YouTube. I am I thought I'm very against people being deplatformed. I don't think that's right. I think everybody should have a place for their voice and should be allowed to talk. And so I was not happy about that. So
well, thanks.
He starts with the three peacemakers.
But that happened like later in the year, but you got really sort of nasty amongst other people, and it's like I'm just trying to like nail down, I guess, like how did I think you mentioned like malicious, right? How did I act malicious?
Well, I felt like when you brought family members into your bits, your comedy bits and things, I felt like that was a bit over the line for me personally. And I understand that everybody has a different line and everybody has a different thing that is acceptable to them, and that's fine. And those people can do wherever they want to, wherever they want to go to. But that was over the line for me. And and so that's where I thought you were malicious, man. So, but again, I understand because you and I kind of talked about that, and you said you really didn't have lines. There was no lines that existed for you, and that's fine. I respect that, but I just don't agree with that. So,
yeah, I mean, nobody had their family members brought into the content more than I, PeePaw.
True. I mean,
I agree. But were they brought in before or after you started bringing other people's family and members in?
I mean, but then like we're kind of playing the semantics game, because like if your line is bringing family members in, why does it matter when? Because like if that's your line, it's like your line shouldn't move depending on the timeline or depending on who it did it. And it's like I know like you're friendly with a lot of people that brought my family.
Okay, so
well.
who brought your family in that you think that I'm friendly with?
Well, I don't know exactly who you're friendly with, but I know there's people that covered my stuff that brought my family in as well, that you don't have this hard stance on. And
okay, well, hang on. The only person that I'm aware of that brought your wife into the situation was Petty Page, and I'm not unfriendly with her, but I am not friendly with her either. I'd really have had what limited interactions I've had with her. We've disagreed on most things. So, for you to make, I would have to know who it is that you think that I'm friendly with that, was talking about your wife. Because I felt like that was out of bounds too. So,
yeah, well, it's like I'm just trying to figure out like what exactly, made the flip for PeePaw where he, is filled with all this poison towards me. And the only thing like you can mention.
Hang on. Hold on, Salvo. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay, PeePaw. And like the only thing that like you bring up is the family members, which is a valid point, right? I'm not like arguing like or even really defending my stance. I'm just trying to understand if there's anything else, because if that's the only thing, well, then it's like we can go down the lines of the YouTubers that brought my family in that I don't think you have all this poison to, unless there's like other things that added to the poison.
I don't know why you keep saying I have this poisonous attitude towards you, because I don't.
Bingo.
Well,
I
that's
think we're
good.
mending fences here.
Well, hold on, Dave.
Okay.
You know, it's well, good. That's good to hear that you don't have this poison attitude with me, people, because I only have a real poison attitude with about 4 people online, and you're not one of them. And I get a good kick out of PeePaw, which it takes a lot for me to get like a good kick out of someone. And it's not like me getting a good kick out of D-Max or I'm laughing at him. You know, I get a good kick out of the things PeePaw says. And it's like, I don't want, animosity with truly anybody except Dove sometimes. I'm just kidding, Dove.
Oh man, she's gonna fuck you up, bro. She's
No,
coming
Dove,
for you.
I-
She's a
Fuck.
cat now, bro. Did
We're
you see
cool.
that, Salvo? That Dove's a cat now?
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's serious stuff.
Well,
It's
then
gonna
it
be
suits me,
funny
right?
though. I'm telling
Dove,
you.
you are scary. You are
Yeah.
scary.
Me and Salvo
Yeah.
fine. We squashed our beef. We're cool.
Yeah, and
Hell
I
yeah.
just it's I just want to squash the beef with PeePaw 100%, and there's PeePaw, there's things that I think you did to me that is far worse than me mentioning other people's family members as well, PeePaw.
Okay. So
Sure.
let's address those. What did I do, in your opinion, to you that you feel is far worse than you bringing these other people's family members into it, and even these alleged? Because I say there might be people that did that I'm not aware of it that brought your family into it. So
Right.
let's focus on what you and I. So you seem to think that I have this animosity, this poison, this bitterness towards you, which I don't.
Well, I can give you an example. I think your justification off Xylee calling me a rapist, I think, is worse.
Well, first of all, she didn't call you a rapist.
No, she
We have to
She
agree on
said
that.
sexual abuser and sexual assault.
Yes, she never accused you of being a rapist. And let me say this, okay?
No.
Maybe you haven't heard me state this, so let me state this, and maybe this will kind of nip some of this in the bud. I would never have made the statements that she made and allegations that she alleged, simply
Well, that's
because I would not have felt comfortable making those statements, because the woman in this situation never made those statements or allegations herself.
100%. So it's like at the time, you and your whole group brought the brooms out and played janitor for Xylee when she did that. And it's like, no,
Okay,
100%.
how did I bring brooms
people-
out? What did I do?
I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, all right.
At the time, it's like, let's not play semantics here. The R word and the SA word to me are synonymous with pretty much equally heinous, terrible things. So it's like, when I say the R word and you go, well, no, she said the SA word, that doesn't really matter to me.
Semantics. That's semantics.
Yeah, it's semantics. So like when she did that,
Yeah.
and my big problem with everybody that on Dave, you now recording all those people, you guys really didn't really truly speak out at all. Instead, people, you made videos calling out Dave for speaking out for Salvo and Edwin when Xylee did that. So like, you see how I might assume that you brought out the brooms and played janitor. If you're attacking other people for calling out Xylee, that's essentially bringing out the brooms here, people, and sweeping up a mess.
Well,
All right. So let me clarify. Let me tell you exactly what my whole issues was with you and Edwin and that whole situation. Okay, I'll be real clear about this. And this probably has something to do with the way I was raised, and more importantly, probably from the generation that I'm from. I felt like, based upon statements made by you and statements made by Edwin and statements made by the young lady in this situation, I felt like the fact that there was any type of physical interactions when you guys were all in various states of inebriation. The way I was raised, if there was a young lady that was inebriated, as a gentleman, you did not engage in any type of physical activities with them because they were not in a position to one, really fully consent, and two, they are more than likely not going to remember a lot of what went on the night during these events.
Sure.
So why would you even want to engage in that?
Sure. So let's pause.
So-
So the thing that the woman Babs had a problem with wasn't the night at Keemstar's house when she was so drunk, Riveter. It was the quote unquote
I
car ride.
understand that. I understand that.
That is
I'm
true.
just
Going back to your Riv, going back to your first point about alcohol and partying, while also Riveter, I don't really believe truly that applies when everybody in that situation is extremely inebriated. Because again, couldn't you say the same thing about Edwin and I? That we were extremely inebriated?
Yes,
And
you guys were all, but again, like I said, Salvo, this is probably just from the way that I was raised and the generation that I was from. When you're in that, you just don't do that sort of thing. That's my stance. That's my views. That's my opinion. I'm not going to sit there and say you were wrong. I'm not going to sit there and say Edwin was wrong for your behavior that night because again, she said it was all consensual. So there's no problems there, right? I'm just saying my stance where my morals and ethics are, that was inappropriate. That's me and my views and my opinions. In my opinion, you guys didn't act like gentlemen that evening. But there again,
she didn't act like a lady either.
No, you all here was you're correct. But the thing is that Edwin is a man who's in his 30s, mid 30s, right? And you're pushing 30. And at some point in time, you kind of have to grow up.
Riv, she's 25.
Okay.
I'm 23.
I understand that, but here's the thing, right? I'm talking solely as a man. I can't speak to a woman. At a certain time, a man has to quit playing like he's a college freshman and on spring break and doing those types of antics. That's all I'm saying. But again, if you're cool with it and she was cool with it and Edwin was cool with it, I didn't have a problem with it. Oh, I mean, there's nothing there.
Riv, you had a problem. You had a problem with people calling out Xylee for it, though.
I didn't. How did I have a problem with people calling Xylee out for it?
I mean, I can quote your stream. One example: Dave made the video calling you off and others for the hypocrisy. And I know like you guys squashed your beef, which is fantastic. But in the video, you kind of were taking this hard stance about how he shouldn't be involved because he doesn't know the facts, and this is hairy, and it's dangerous for him to get involved, and that for anybody to really call out anybody like Xylee.
You know what?
It's like, what?
You're 100% correct, and I was out of line for sitting there trying to tell Dave who he should and should not associate with. Dave is a grown man, and he can associate and he can be friendly with anybody he wants to be.
I appreciate you saying that.
Like Babs.
So I have a question real quick. Is it all right with you both if I just ask a question that helps this conversation move along?
No. Can I just wrap that
you go ahead.
up? Okay, so Riv, I appreciate you kind of saying all that because this is the first time that we ever spoke, and definitely the first time that I heard you say that publicly. So now, do you understand why I say that you swept things up and others for Xylee when she claimed really heinous things about? So you don't understand that still?
No, I don't, because I don't feel like I swept anything up for Xylee. I will say this: I also understand why Xylee said what she said, because she said yes, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Because everybody's experiences and what they go through molds them to who they are. Zadie went through some stuff, and it's not my place to tell this, and so I'm not going to tell any of her personal business. But she has went through some stuff in her life that shaped and formed her opinion about those types of things.
Sure.
Now, while I have not experienced those things, and I haven't lived the life that she's lived, so again, like I said, I personally would have never
Thanks,
made
Babs.
the statements and things that she made. I do understand why she did what she did. I'm not sitting here signing off on it and saying, yeah, that you and Edwin were inappropriate as far as that those allegations that were alleged. I won't say that. But I understand why she did what she did. I just don't agree with it. Does that make sense?
Sure, I get your logic there, but I also know plenty of women that I'm very, very close with that have also dealt with terrible, sexual assault things,
Yep.
that have affected them personally, and because
Mhm.
I'm close to them, have affected me personally too. So I understand that perspective, but
Mhm.
someone coming out and saying that when the girl isn't even saying that,
Mhm.
and she also did this, which is not talked about enough. She claimed that she had new evidence to really hammer us for that, and
Mhm.
she never came out and said that, which I think is even more egregious of her to say that than her just flat out calling it, because that's leading everybody on to be like, oh shit, she can justify why she's calling them these terrible things because she knows something. And now it's months later, Riv. Nothing new has come out because there's nothing new. Babs admitted on my stream, Riv, that she didn't tell Xylee any new information. So there's two very, very, very egregious things.
I do remember her trying to bring up a situation that was after you were out of that was just Edwin and her, and that wasn't wanting to be discussed. I think that is now it's kind of came out because I think Aiko, whatever her name.
I
I
have
know
the
she
same
played
hard time with that too. Peepaw.
Yeah, she played a segment, whatever, where there was some alleging of like I don't think it got physical, but it was, I guess, close to it when Edwin and I don't know if that's what she was referring to. I don't know at Salvo.
That's the issue. But that's the issue. Nobody knows. So it's like,
That's
if nobody knows, why are people speaking on it? And that also really doesn't make sense because that
well,
incident
That's a
happened.
hit
Well,
job, in my opinion.
well,
well,
okay,
that,
but all right,
no,
but
no,
hang on. Let's
that,
be honest with it.
that,
But you were hang on. Did you not make statements and make allegations against different people? Like
Riveter, there's
that's what they do, though. I'm saying that's just what the community
Riveter,
does.
Riveter,
I
I'm not
will
saying it's right, but it is
Riveter,
what is done.
Riveter,
Okay.
Riveter.
Okay.
I will say
Leigha, go ahead.
I will say as a person that was very much on Bab's side. She did imply that she did have new evidence. I don't know if she told Xylee anything different. Like, I don't know what that conversation was.
Leigha, she
But
admitted on my stream that she didn't tell Xylee anything new.
okay. But she did, I will say, she did make it look like she did have new evidence. And then a few weeks ago, or like a few months ago, she was saying in a tweet that she doesn't have any new evidence. And that's what caused me to kind of unravel things, because I was just like, well, if you don't have any evidence, like, why are you saying that you do have new evidence? So I do agree with you on Salvo with
100%.
she
100%.
she did give off a perception that she did have like some kind of evidence against y'all that would further claim the stuff
Yes.
that happened in the car was
Yes.
weird.
100%.
Can
And
I?
the point after Xylee did that on Dave and others, many others refused to talk about Xylee doing that at all. That stream by Xylee was privated. Me and a few other people had to make a stink about it on Twitter, which was disgusting for me to have to make a stink about it, because it's like that was just echoing the nasty things that Xylee said. She tried privating it. Dead on Dave and other people refused to cover that stream at all. Now, if it was any other situation in the quote unquote commentary space where a creator, right, Xylee, quote unquote creator, which is being very nice of me to call her that, did that with no proof, everybody would have jumped on it and slammed her for it. But because it was SalvoPancakes and Edwins Generations, everybody agreed to not talk about it because they were friendly with Xylee. So that's what I'm talking about, that people swept it up and tried to make it go away.
Do you feel like, and Salvo, I have a question for you. Do you feel like Beavers, when he joined that Xylee stream, and when
tried.
I think
tried.
when Matt
Tried.
Pitt joined that stream, do you think they pushed back enough on Xylee, or do you think?
Absolutely not. Beavers tried. He was kicked out of the call. Matt Pitts was on that call the entire time. He mentioned that, he mentioned one time in a 5-hour stream that Xylee probably shouldn't be saying this. I was in Matt Pitts' DMs all night screaming at him to have him convince Xylee to let me on to defend myself because I was being called terrible things. He didn't even bring it up to Xylee. Maybe he brought it up to Xylee one time. He didn't push back on it. So I would say absolutely not. Nobody in that stream did the right thing. Nobody in that stream had fine to stand up for rights, because I think they knew how this community goes, and SalvoPancakes and Edwins, we're the bad guys, and if you team up like Dave did with the bad guys, you'll face it from the community.
Can I just point out? Nicholas Diorio did a Twitch stream. I can't even think how long ago now, but it's like maybe a month ago, maybe less, where he actually played part of a call between Edwin, Repzilla, and Babs, and Babs confirmed in that call that she had no issue with the car ride.
Yeah.
Didn't she? Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest. Didn't she ask you for like round 2, Salvo? I mean, am I crossing a line by saying that?
She did.
I mean, so how is that sexual assault if they want round 2? I'm just saying.
Right. And here's the thing, Dave. All this information was already out there before Xylee's stream as well.
Oh, trust me, Edwin's video is coming. It'll be addressed.
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to ask something real quick too, by the way. So I do have a question for Riveter. Like when I called in, we kind of discussed a little bit, but I also want to make sure that PeePaw, you're not feeling dogpiled or anything. Like, is it all right if I ask you a question?
True. This is just conversation.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you feel comfortable with this and everything, because we're all on one side. You're kind of on the other.
Oh no! Well,
I would never dogpile PeePaw, man. Like,
I know. I just wanted to check in before I asked.
All I'll say is that I know there's this ongoing argument. Salvo has made about he wasn't allowed to speak, or he wasn't allowed to do this, or he wasn't allowed to do that. I don't know where this thought ever came out that a person has a right to go on anybody's show or anybody's stream, even if they're talking about them, to quote combat what's being said. Salvo, you had a very large platform at the time. You could have went live. You could have talked about it. You could have done whatever you want to do to counteract or contradict or anything that's okay. If you chose not to do it, that's kind of on you, my dude. And it's like, I don't.
No, I don't think you're wrong, but I think there's points in there that I disagree with. Yes, nobody has a right to go on anybody's stream. It's not a court, right? Yeah. No one's appointed to defend themselves. However, I just disagree with the principle. If I'm claiming someone actually did a sexual assault and that person's yelling to get in, I would always let them in to defend themselves, because we're not talking about internet drama beef. We're talking about real life action. So like, I agree. I just disagree. Yeah. The second point, Riveter, I didn't want to echo the Xylee bullshit that she was spewing. All her biggest streams happened when she was talking about Salvo / and or Edwin. And last thing I want to do is get on my larger platform and have the words SalvoPancakes and Edwin sexual assault tied. Because even having those sexual assault tied to your names, having those words tied to your name even is a terrible look. So yes, I could have hopped on my stream and defended myself against everybody in chat who would just naturally be against me. I could have done that, but I think I'm a little smarter to do that. However, if somebody else is having a stream on it, again, I think in a lot of people's cases, it kind of makes more sense to tackle it head on, which I never wanted to ever really tackle it head on. I've really never truly even really spoke about it, like, truthfully. It's also weird that it's Edwin's got the full on brunt of it and had to take on the full on brunt of it when I'm equally involved in it. I think that just is another example of, well, do people really sincerely care about all this, or they're just trying to take down Edwin?
Well,
And
let
like,
me speak to that for a second.
SalvoPancakes is a clown. SalvoPancakes is a clown. It doesn't matter what he does. So it's like, we don't even really need to ask him, talk about it, request him to talk about it. But Edwin, his whole channel, his whole persona is very different. He's not a clown. So it's like, let's go after him. So again, that's kind of a little more to the hypocrisy and to the angle of like, well, do people really care about the facts of this? I would say no. I would say absolutely not. Clearly, from the get-go. I mean, from the get-go.
To piggyback on that, do you think Edwin, he's been working on this video. Sorry, Eli, let me just get this one thing in.
No, you're okay. Go ahead.
Do you think with Edwin working on this video, what are the chances of him dropping this video and everybody being okay with Edwin again?
Good night.
Like, I think it's going to happen. I think no one genuinely cares about any...
Dave, I think if Edwin puts out a 2-hour video and absolute decimates every point by Babs and Xylee, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I would agree. I'd agree with Salvo on that. I think at this point, it doesn't matter if it is a Oscar-winning video that Edwin puts out. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Edwin said something. Edwin.
Hold on, Eli. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think it matters for Edwin to put his
Edwin just said
truth out.
something that I think was relevant to
But hold on,
this,
I gotta
which
make
wanted
one
to
more
read.
point. I gotta make one
Go
more
ahead.
point. So Riveter, you just admitted that it doesn't matter if Edwin puts out a video and decimates every point by Babs and Xylee. It won't.
Well, I don't know if it'll just.
Don't you think that means that the community, quote unquote, and every streamer in this community handled it very, very poorly?
No. Okay, I don't think he's necessarily. Okay, all right. Well, hang on. So I don't co-sign or sign off with the statement that he'll decimate everything that was said by Babs or Xylee or whatever.
I don't know it yet. I said, what if? I was asked by Dave, what if Edwin's video comes out and, would it matter? And I said, even if the video comes out and decimates it, and you said, well, I don't think it matters. So
people ask me the same thing. Yeah.
So that's why it sucks, River. That's why.
Okay, but all right, but here's something.
Because it won't matter anymore, and you played a part in that.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
You played a part in it.
Let's let Eli speak.
I need to read this out because it's directed towards you guys, so I just need to cut in. Okay. So Homeboy Edwin, whatever. Edwin said in chat that PeePaw told Millhouse he was batting for the wrong team for being supportive of Salvo and I, which led me to my question about when I called into your stream, PeePaw, when you guys are talking about Xylee and how Xylee made that stream calling him like SA'er and all that. We kind of talked about that a little bit on the stream I called in on. And you were comparing how, in my opinion at least, it came off to me as if you were comparing whatever happened with Seer and him in the past, which I don't even know about that situation, that somehow not excuses, but kind of makes it like, well, it's fair game for Xylee to have done that to
No, okay.
Edwin. So is that your take? Because that's how it came off.
Okay, so no, if that's what you're no, then I didn't explain it well, and so I will try to make it a little bit clearer. So the problem, or as I see it, is that Edwin built his channel on a purveyor of women who had been in some way wronged or maligned in some way by guys, right? And he was a champion of these women, and so and that was kind of his. I guess he was noted for, right? So he had the falling out with Seer, right? And he went on and did a podcast with Chud Logic. And in about a time frame of maybe 5 to 10 minutes, he started off He first called Sear a pedophile. Then he changed it to hebephile. And then finally he said that he was trafficking, sex trafficking. And he didn't produce any type of receipts. He never produced
You had an
anything.
issue with that, right? And you had an issue with that?
No,
Okay,
I didn't have it.
But
I
you
didn't.
don't-
Okay.
But you don't have an issue Xylee doing that to us.
So
Peepaw.
Edwin's
I
chatting
did
a lot
not
about
say
this.
I did not say I had an issue
Unmute
with it.
you.
I was simply stating that's
Oh fuck.
that is out there. That is in the record books now.
Why was he muted? Edwin's
So-
here, by the way, just to let you guys know.
I built my channel on purveyor of women. What is it? How many
Um,
videos of mine have you seen?
Happy birthday, Edwin.
No, that's not important. Right now.
Dave.
What
Take it away.
videos of mine have you seen that you think I'm a purveyor of women? By the way, which videos am I doing that for? By the way, just let me know. Because I love when people describe this because it's a word of mouth. How many videos of mine have you seen? Answer that.
So you didn't do videos where
Which
you
one?
were
Which
talking.
one? Name one or two. Two.
Did you not? Was you not doing videos on like Mr. Girl and?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And that's not a woman either. That's one
No, but-
asshole. I do videos on assholes. I do videos on
Okay.
shitty people. Not
Okay.
for women.
Okay, but what was these assholes noted for doing though, Edwin?
Plenty of things.
Okay.
But you wouldn't know because you haven't seen the content. So I'm not gonna
Okay.
fill your blanks in
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
And
all right.
also you're talking about something that happened with my ex-girlfriend, one of my best friends.
Mhm.
If you don't know what you're talking about, maybe actually look into it first. Do you know what happened?
Yes, I know what happened.
Okay. So what do you disagree with what I said?
About what particularly? What specific?
About her being flown in for sex, being
Okay.
persuaded to a relationship she did not agree with, being drunk, pushed to drink every night. Like what
Okay.
is your problem with me?
I don't have a problem with you.
Okay, then shut the fuck up.
Oh, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen
Then
Edwin
shut the
get like
fuck up
that.
about me, dude. Because like literally, instead of actually like acknowledging that Xylee did something shameful, you start to attack me. Like, dude, just acknowledge that Xylee fucked up. It's not that hard.
So did
That's
you
it.
fuck up? Did you fuck up by
Yes,
calling
I fuck
Sear
up
all those
plenty.
things?
By what?
Did you fuck up by calling Sear a pedophile?
Yes, I
Did
said
you-
that before. I've said that before. But why does that fucking matter in this equation? Why you have to go to whataboutisms? I've said that I fucked up about that. It's not that hard to
Okay.
acknowledge.
Okay. So, but I haven't ever heard or you say anything about that. I'm
Because
not
you don't
saying
watch
that you
my
have.
content, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't watch my content.
Okay.
And you never reached out to me to even ask either. You just like to capitalize on shit, and that's fine. But at least acknowledge when you are fucking up or when your friends are fucking up. It's not that hard. That's all I'm saying.
I did say that I would never have done what Zadi said or did.
Right.
I've said
But
that numerous times.
okay. Well, it's just frustrating to listen to this, and like Sal was trying to like walk you through why it's offensive to like, just straight up say that somebody assaulted somebody when it didn't happen.
I didn't
And
say
instead
that.
You're like, well, these people, when a woman drinks, she's extremely helpless, and so nobody should ever hook up with them. It's like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Well, okay, so I can't have my views or morals or opinions.
No,
Is that what I'm
I
hearing?
agree.
You
I
can,
agree
but
you
does
can
that
have
relevant?
that.
I said that's what I would do.
Yeah, I agree you can have that take. That's personal opinion.
Right.
my
So in the
opinion.
situation when we're in a car and nobody's drinking, it's not relevant because she never complained about the threesome. So why are you bringing it up? That's not relevant.
I didn't.
Okay. I just don't
The only thing,
understand.
as a matter of fact, if you watched any of my content, since we're accusing
No, I'm
content here,
talking about a conversation I just listened to.
I said when the evidence came out, this new evidence that I didn't even know about them stopping at a convenience store or whatever it was, so that that you could go into the restroom. I was like, if Babs truly was under any type of pressure or she didn't feel comfortable or whatever, she could have got out right then and there. She could have used her cell phone. She could have used a payphone. She could have called an Uber. She could have whatever. So I said, to me, that told me that she was not that uncomfortable, or she didn't feel in any way where her was at risk of anything happening. I said,
Facts.
that puts some new light on it. I publicly said that. And a matter of fact, I caught some shit about saying that. Because there were women in the chat saying, oh, you can say that because you're a guy. A guy could get out and do that. I said, really? So guys aren't assaulted, guys aren't mugged, guys aren't beat up, guys nothing? What? So I don't know if you heard me say that, but I said that and I caught shit for it. So I think I've been as fair as I possibly can. I don't know why you guys think I don't like you. Just because I don't want to hang out with you, or I don't want to engage with you because I don't agree with some of the things that you do.
I think we would have a fun time, honestly.
I think we would
Yeah,
all have
yeah.
a blast.
Look. And on the real, I also don't understand the animosity either. Like, I thought it was very confusing, like, because I would watch how you would, like, go up against Millhouse. That was so strange. Like, saying that we were kayfabing, like, basically, I guess that's the term for faking this for entertainment. Yeah, faking. This is something to be faked, right? And, like, saying that Millhouse is batting for the wrong team just for supporting. So, I mean, you're essentially saying that, like, you know, don't you dare even look into or question anything that's.
And I've already addressed, Edwin, I've already addressed that tonight.
Right. But you're acting like we should be confused for even saying what, like, that you've always been neutral. You haven't been neutral. That's crazy to say. That's all I'm saying. You know, all right. I'm not out here. Okay, I'm not going to be out here championing you, and I'm not championing asking for that. I never asked for that.
Well, okay. So I feel like I've been fairly neutral.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. I understand you don't feel that way, and that's fine. I understand that, but I feel like when I
think it's impossible to even try to recognize you being neutral when you and your whole group actively didn't talk about
my whole group.
I mean, you're a producer on Dead on Dave. Dead on Dave.
No, I'm not.
He's no longer
but
a
at
producer.
the time you were. At the time you were.
Okay, yeah, okay, fine. I was producer, but okay, it's Dave's show. I mean,
yeah, but Dave doesn't do shit.
Okay, but he.
Wait, what do you mean Dave
he
doesn't
didn't
do
deny
shit?
that. He didn't deny that.
Dave
Hang
doesn't
on,
do
Wait.
shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about fucking.
Jokes,
let
Peepaw,
Riveter
jokes.
talk.
That was a joke, Peepaw.
Let Riveter talk.
It's no,
Okay.
it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Dave talked about whatever Peepaw put in front of him. We know how
Salvo,
Dave operates. That's why he
please, just
doesn't.
let Riveter talk.
So okay, so would I cultivate a lot of the stories that were on those shows? Yes. Okay, but Dave also had things that he wanted to talk about. If you think for 1 second that I have the ability to make Dave talk about something he didn't want to talk about, then you don't know Dave.
What I will say though is your Clear as Mud podcast is really doing awesome things right now. And
No, it's not.
And it kind of
What are you
is though.
talking
Have you been
What are
watching
you
it? though,
talking about?
Salvo, have you been watching it? He got 2 new hosts. They're actually really good.
Dave, you're on like, are you on crack? Like,
I mean, I used to be.
Salvo?
I used to be.
No.
Dave,
Hold up. Hold the fuck
Dave,
up. Hold up.
You can't have.
We
a
can
positive
think
opinion of me.
objectively. No.
I
Everybody.
like you, Peepaw.
We
I
can
like
objectively
you. I've always-
think that his
Eli,
show
Eli.
is doing good. No. You've been talking for a minute. Let me speak. Thank you. So we can objectively say that his show has been doing good without agreeing with him in the situation.
Yeah, and I can objectively disagree with you saying that.
Yeah, you can, but you can't be coming on here and be like, "Are you on crack?" That's rude, dude. Like, you can say your opinion, just do it nicer.
And I will also say, like, if you guys, if you want to reach to like a mend the bridge kind of moment, it becomes a little bit more difficult when you go out of pocket like that.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
will say
It's
that.
probably my fault. I came in here spicy, so I'm sorry. Maybe I riled people up.
You were being talked about. It's fine that you
Yeah,
called
It's
it.
about time you fucking let loose. That's what I'm gonna say,
well,
bro.
like, okay, and it was really frustrating, like, listening to it and like hearing people not be able to like sympathize with like how it can affect a person. You know, it's like, Jesus fuck, I'm not asking for a lot. Just like, because like Sal was trying to get you to understand how it can affect a person to have these like fake allegations, and instead it's like you do this runaround. Well, Sal, didn't you kind of do like a joke about this one time? Like, dude, come on, man. Just stay on track and understand the severity of like Zali. The night before, she talked to Babs. The next day, I've got new information. They're definitely, you know, and she tries to convince her of Zilla, all this and that. That's all. That's all. I think all Sal was trying to do is trying to get you to come on the real level and just say, like, oh, okay, yeah, I get how you feel, man. That's it.
Okay, so, all right, if that's all right, I can 100% can empathize that when that stream was done, how that would be very infuriating and how you guys felt like you were being maligned. I 100% can get that.
Thank
right?
you. Thank you.
I have no problems saying that, right? And like I said, I'll say it again. While I understand why and the place that Zadi was in, I understand, from her life experiences.
Super
I
chat.
understand why she said the things she said. But that being said, I would personally never ever say that because again, the parties involved in that whole thing, none of them was ever saying it. So how am I going to sit there and tell somebody, well, this is this when the person's not saying it? And I've said that numerous times. So I don't.
Right. Well, I appreciate the empathy. And again, sorry for coming so hot. Sorry for the STFU. And
no, listen, I understand your frustration, Edwin. I do understand your frustration. Dude, I don't know. I mean,
I think Riverter admitting that no matter what Edwin put out in this video, it won't matter. I think that's a testament to how the whole quote unquote community handled everything, and it's disgusting.
So I will say, like, just from my personal opinion and from what I'm seeing from the stuff that DJ Screwdriver is putting out, I feel like people are willing to hear Edwin's video out, especially given the stuff that Babs has said recently. The stuff that she has said has caused me to question it. I know that there are other people in the background that are causing or starting to question this as well. So I think differently. I think people are willing to hear out what you have to say in your video, and I think there are people that are willing to accept it or understanding when you put out that message.
And again, the main message, like, I mean it when I say thank you to PeePaw, is because, like, all I care is I really appreciate that he says that he can empathize, because I think the only people that won't care are those that will try to invalidate, like, what she put me through and everything that actually happened. Like, whether I don't have receipts, but I have receipts for plenty, like I think people will care. So excuse me for having a little faith. I fucking think people will fucking care.
All right. So let me just say this. I believe that there are people who have been in Edwin's camp this entire time and been very supportive of Edwin. And when the video comes out, they will eat it up and they will say, yes, 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 right? Because they are Team Edwin. There are people who, because of everything that has happened, things that have been said, whether it is in a bad context, wrong, whatever, it doesn't matter. What's in this video, they are not going to like it. They're going to nitpick it, shred it, tear it apart. And because they're not going to want to hear anything that Edwin says or the receipts that he provides. It's not going to matter. And then you're going to have a few that are going to be kind of in the middle and don't have an opinion really one way or the other. And depending on how good the video is, depending on how many receipts and stuff are, very well could sway some of them people to where they're supportive and say, yeah, it was a good video. It whatever. So there are people that, and I think Edwin will admit this and agree to this, that it doesn't matter how good the video is, they're just not going to receive it. I mean, I think that's a fair statement, right, Edwin? I mean, I don't think that's.
Yeah, I think all those factors are definitely going to be in there. I think that another factor you're missing is depending on, like, what other creators will say, because of course a lot of viewers are kind of just following what creators will say, right? So yeah, if it goes ignored, then maybe it will be ignored. And also, a lot of people are kind of in that way kind of sheep-minded, right? So, like, in the beginning, you said, well, have you ever acknowledged? Like, yes, like, I acknowledge that I definitely mishandled a lot in the very beginning of this year and throughout, because it's been very emotional. So, like, yeah, I've reacted badly, I guess, and just like not been able to provide information cohesively because I want to do it right, and then sometimes I slip up or whatever. But overall, like, this is like is collected, and this is like the response, not the reaction. So it's gonna be good shit. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's like it's for my peace of mind. Like
For
once
sure.
I'm through with this, it's like it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
Like,
let me
people
ask
act
you.
like
Just to let you know.
I existed before this community. I've been on YouTube for 15 years or something like that. You know, like it's fine.
So
Yeah.
I would like to
Salvo's
ask you
phone
something.
died, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry, just real quick.
So,
Salvo's phone died. He wanted me to tell you, Riveter, and said, asked if you think Xylee will cover his video. So that's the last part of that.
I will tell you this. I don't think I know people like, I think Edwin has made this statement on some of his recent stream stuff, wanting to know why Xylee hasn't talked or whatever. It's my understanding that in this conversation that you guys had that night after the stream, the one that went into the night or whatever, she promised not to talk about this anymore. And from my understanding, she is trying to honor that promise and not talk about this. Now, when all this stuff comes out, is she going to talk about this? I don't know. I'm not in that circle. I don't know. So
I don't remember her promising she wouldn't talk about it, but good thing that call is recorded. So we'll have to review that because that was definitely not. I remember her definitely like talking about how she would address it. And she was contemplating just doing a post, and I was like, okay. And I was sympathizing with her because she was talking to me on a real level. And then like the next day she came at me different, and then she posted that. I was like, oh. So it's very dissatisfactory because like, you know, she definitely like kind of farmed me for a while and was very excited. Like she even admits in the call, like she's very excited to watch my downfall because like I met up with Salvo and all that, even though like he brigaded her chat and stuff. So she was excited to see my downfall and do all those streams she did about me. So it's kind of weird. Like once it doesn't go in her favor, then it's like, well, unexpectedly, you know. So it just felt like it would have been the responsible thing. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like she was just someone that I befriended last year, and like I really helped grow, and like I really appreciated her. I really liked her, and we're just not anymore.
Well, it's like she should correct it publicly if she said it publicly and she regrets it. You know what I mean? Like if you're telling something to all of your fucking viewer base, you should definitely correct that shit to the same people who you told that wasn't. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like make allegations like that, right? And then apologize privately, but not correct it publicly.
And it's still public on her channel, live stream too. So it's kind of like, you know, unless you look at the comment or pin comment.
The question is though, is that video monetized on her channel?
Oh, I have no idea of that either. I don't know. I did have a. Oh, he left. Okay, I was going to ask.
No,
yeah, his phone died. He's in chat
sometimes. Yeah.
So
no,
if you have anything,
I was going to ask Edwin a question, but that's fine.
Oh,
he'll probably come back. Sometimes he gets disconnected.
Okay, that's cool. So, you know, the whole honestly, truthfully, I don't like normally. I don't like talking about those situations and those types of stories. I do my very, very best to try to not engage and talk to them. But that one was that one blew up and became such a thing. It was almost like, I don't know. It's almost like so many people were asking people, you know, and asking to, you know, for, I guess my thoughts and opinions on it. I guess the only thing I would say is when it's all said and done, when all this is over with, I would hope that Salvo and Edwin and Babs and all the parties involved, I guess for that matter, hopefully they learn from it and they grow from it and they see the mistakes that were made or that they feel were mistakes. I'll put it that way. And they learn from it and they just don't make those mistakes again. I mean, the thing that we have to remember in all of this is, yeah, they're content creators and they're, you know, we go to watch them to be entertained and stuff, but they're still human beings.
True. Very
And
true.
at the end of the day, they have feelings and they have emotions, and and I do have sympathy for all three of them. You know, but I don't know what else to say.
It's been a
Oh
crazy
no.
thing. What's
Riveter's the next Edwin simp. I've said that and I got called a simp for it.
I think
What?
we're turning Riv into a Salvo and an Edwin simp. I think.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I
hell
got
no.
called.
No,
Too
I
far.
got called.
don't misunderstand something. I can be empathetic to what the two guys went through and all that. But no, I don't. I have no ill will towards them, but I don't want to be their friends either.
Hey, and that's your choice. I mean,
So
I
I was.
Fair. I did really like appreciate where you were talking about how you said that you don't think it was the right call, like calling them SAers or whatever, like that Xylee did that.
No.
That was appreciative
But,
that you actually
you know,
clarified that.
yeah, but there again too, in this day and age, can I just talk real frankly here for a second?
please do.
In this day and age, it
Go
is
ahead.
so because sadly those words are tossed and thrown around a lot, right? Every time you turn around, there's somebody accusing somebody of some sort of sexual inappropriateness with them, right? Every time you turn around, there's a Google Doc or there's a twit longer or there's somebody making a video on somebody because they're alleging some sort of sexual malfeasance, right?
True.
And I think the word gets thrown around way too often, way too liberally and stuff. What I would suggest anybody, this is not just for guys, this is anybody. You need to have your wits about you, and you do not need to be putting yourself in any type of a situation where those allegations can even be alleged towards you.
I agree with that statement.
Period.
I really, truly do.
That's why, even before I ever got married, I was, and this is going to sound weird to a lot of you guys, I'm sure, but I was never really comfortable. Unless I was dating the young lady or whatever, I would not be alone with them in like a room or whatever, even a car, anything like that. Because I just felt like it was inappropriate.
Classy.
And I know that I think that, that sounds weird or whatever, but but even after I got married, that way, even in Discord now, right? If there's a young lady that wants to have a conversation with me, a voice type conversation, I make it real clear to them from the get go. It will be recorded. The video will be, or the VC will be recorded for my safety as well as theirs. And
I think that's fair.
Because like I say, and it's not that any of the young ladies that I've ever talked to, whatever that's came to me, they asking tech, abilities or information, how to do some things in OBS, whatever. I don't give out love advice and I don't give out relationship advice. So don't ask me that crap because I can't help you. Go to a counselor or a therapist. But if they need help with some computer issues or setting up streaming, things like that, I try to help people. But if you do, it's going to be recorded. If you're not okay with that, then don't hit me up. It's just that simple. We have to be smarter in this day and age. Because I don't know, there are some evil people out there that just want to try to get you in a situation. And I'm not saying that's what this situation was. I think this situation kind of snowballed and got away from them, and
I think
hate
that's
that.
a perfect assessment, to be honest with you, people.
Yeah, I hate that for all the parties involved.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
And I was genuine when I was talking about your Clear as Mud broadcast, and I don't mean to bring this back to the content, but I was seriously telling you the truth, though, people. I love what you're doing with that Clear as Mud podcast, and that
Thanks, I
Gigi
appreciate
and
that.
Seth. That Seth sure is a character. I mean,
dude, she's a wild card, brother.
For sure.
She's a live wire. But yeah, those two ladies. I mean, when Banana and I first started that podcast, we always wanted a third, person. And we always wanted it to be a woman because for two reasons. Back when we first started, because that podcast, we're like in our third year now with it.
Oh wow! See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like at the time there was not enough women making content, and especially in the commentary area. I felt like a woman's perspective should be more readily available. And we tried, we just never could find someone that kind of would fit. And then Banana's job changed where he's having to he got a big promotion, and so that equates to more time and stuff. And so I said, we really got to look at it. We got these two young ladies, and they've just been a blessing. They're so talented,
Very much so.
and and they're fun to make content with, and I really do like them. So,
And that's all that matters. This
Speaking
should
of
be
your
fun.
content lately.
Oh,
I have a little soundboard clip that we got of you, PeePaw, for our
Oh,
soundboard.
okay.
Oh
Pick me, bitch. Little pick Yeah, me, yeah, bitch.
That's
little
my
pick me,
favorite.
bitch. Yeah, little pick me,
my
bitch.
god, I love it so
One time-
Yeah.
much.
You are officially part of our lore now, people, with the sound clip.
Awesome.
Freak the fuck out. She was so excited.
Oh my god, I love it.
I made content for years and years and years on my channel. It just never was. I just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't resonate a chord with anybody. And, I don't know. Just one Saturday morning, I woke up and said, I'm going to do a stream and just call it Coffee with PeePaw, because people would, it's kind of a funny story on how I got the name PeePaw, but, anyway, and people just started showing up, and, I've just kind of been, and I've just enjoyed the ride, and I've just,
Well, was there ever
it's-
a switch flipping moment where you're like, I'm going to give this 120%. I'm going to put it all into this? Or have you not even put your all into your YouTube?
I'm going to say probably I don't know, probably about 50%, because I work every day, right? I got a job, and, but I've got about 5 more years, and then I'm going to be able to retire. And when I retire, that's probably when I will go like gas pedal to the floor, because it's all I'll have. So I'll be able to do longer streams. Maybe start actually trying to do a little bit more the edited type video then, because I have more free time to actually edit videos and stuff, and maybe hopefully get a little bit better at that. So yeah.
Does the wife watch the content?
No, she thinks I'm a dumbass. She doesn't understand all this. I mean, I've had her do, she watches every once in a while, but it's just not her thing. She doesn't understand it. But my wife has always been my biggest supporter in anything I've ever done. She's always encouraged me. Back when I first started talking about maybe doing some content or trying to make videos back, and this was like just years and years and years ago, she went out and bought me a one of the snowball, the white little snowball USB mics.
Yeah.
She bought me it for Christmas and gave it to me. Said, "Here, go make videos." Because
that's so
you've been talking
sweet.
about, yeah. My wife, I would not. I honestly, I've said this many times, and I believe this 100%. I would not be as successful in my career as I am if it had not been her pushing me and telling me I could do things that I never believed I could do. And that's the thing that I think people need to understand, that your partner, whoever that is, has got to be your biggest cheerleader. Because when you're having rough times, like, because the world just wants to kick you in the balls, right, and just keep you beat down, your partner has got to be there to help pick you back up and say, no, you can do this, and get back in there and get back in the fight. And my wife has always been that for me, and I love her dearly, and she just means the world to me. So
I definitely
That's
agree with
beautiful.
that. I think it's a lot easier to handle, especially like YouTube online stuff, when you have like a really strong support system IRL.
yeah.
Like when you're happy in your like everyday life with like a partner and family and friends, it's a lot easier to just shrug off like the stupid shit that happens online that we deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I
You know,
found it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, you know, I I shit on some people on my streams and stuff, right? I kind of bust balls.
That's
But
okay. I bust
you know,
balls
We all
too.
do.
yeah. But I just want people to understand, if I'm shitting on and busting balls, whatever, don't take that too serious. It's just me having some fun and laughing. You know, if I don't like you, then chances are I'm probably not even talking about you.
True.
So
Yeah.
You know,
solid,
think about
honestly.
that.
I gotta admit, you know, people, you came on here for an interview. We're gonna talk about content creation. You know,
Yeah.
Salvo does Salvo. You know, you even,
Salvo is Salvo.
You
That
even-
was a good
Salvo's gonna
conversation, I
salvo.
think.
Yeah.
That was a good
and
a good
Edwin
combo,
even
now we
pops
can
up.
kinda-
But can we talk
Yeah.
about how people
Yeah.
handled that? Like a true veteran. Like I'm amazed with how he handled that. Like
Yeah,
talking about
I'm-
like
I'm
handling his
actually-
boys, like he was handling his sons or something.
Everyone,
I'm,
yeah, I think
I'm
everyone
really
did well.
impressed.
I was glad that we were able to keep it calm because I was worried. I think a lot of us were like just muted, so it didn't turn into like a dog pile or anything.
Yeah,
Jessica
I was
donated
worried.
5. Is this the kitten? Do they want 2 sisters and 4 brothers? Lol. Okay, thank you for
Thank you,
Oh,
Jessica.
no, no, that's pretty funny.
And
Thank you,
probably
Jessica. I
took
think
some
that's Jessica
shrooms.
Pizzle.
Yeah, I think that is
Yeah,
Jessica.
so she probably took some
But I'm
shrooms.
glad
Shit.
that. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just glad that like we were able to have that conversation and like hopefully you didn't
Yeah.
feel dogpiled or anything. I think it was good.
No.
I
You
just
know,
wanted to
and
make sure everyone was comfy the
And
whole time.
I'll say this: when Salvo, when I first became aware of Salvo, about a year and a half ago, something like that, I thought that the content stuff that he was making was such a breath of fresh air, because I did feel like, and I still do at times, feel like the commentary of this part of the internet, the commentary community, whatever you want to call it, gets a little stale at times. And so I really did enjoy what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is just where he and I will have to agree to disagree, and that's fine. I felt like he started going over the line and doing things that I would never do.
Mm.
And I did feel like I did when I saw that his channel got terminated. I was like, oh, that sucks. Because I always kind of hoped that in some way that Salvo would kind of find his way back to making the kind of content that, because he had a lot of support.
Yeah.
And people were really behind him. I went on one of his fireballs and I had a blast. I thought it was very entertaining. I had a lot of fun doing it. And he was bridging the gap between a lot of different sectors on the internet as far as content creators and stuff. And those guys were coming, for the most part. There was a few that were assholes and did some things they shouldn't have done.
Mhm.
But for the most part, they came on. They were respectful. They were respectful to his platform. They played the game. They had fun. We laughed. We had some yucks. And I was like, I'm sad to see that go, and I'm sad that I won't be able to go back and look at those fireballs and remember that and have some laughs. And so when a channel gets terminated like that, it is sad. It shouldn't happen. I'm against that type of crap. And I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't know why his channel was terminated. But I think it was horrible.
Dub,
So,
I heard you were happy and you threw a party the day that Salvo lost his channel.
Oh my
Is there
Oh my
any?
god,
Is there
don't
any
start
truth?
these
Is there any
rumors,
truth?
Dave.
I
Oh
heard you were
my
like popping
God.
They
champagne.
finally squashed the beef and fucking
Dave, you shut
and Dave's
the
over
fuck
here
up.
spreading misinformation. God damn it, Dave.
I'm having so much fun.
No,
It's been a hell of
I
a
agree
show.
with PeePaw though, for sure. Like, I mean, I enjoyed. So I didn't actually know Salvo before I had interacted with him, right? So I didn't even know that he was the dude that Def Noodles pushed off the stage. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
And
yeah.
no, I
yeah.
didn't know. I had heard about it, but
Really?
I did not know it was Salvo until like I was like already a mod for his YouTube. But I was a mod for him for I think like a month or 2. And when he was
Eli's
doing like
been
the
around.
IRL, a little bit. I mean, I've only been here again since January, which has been crazy, but his IRL streams I think were fucking hilarious. Like when he body slammed little Bobby, or like he put his phone in a canoe and he lost the fucking canoe, so we were all like live just looking at the sky like, dude, what the fuck? Like, are we just gonna be here forever?
Good content. Leigha, were you a fan of Salvo? I mean, we know we spoke about, you know, him being on the Keemstar show when you were on the show, but like when he was truly doing his solo stuff away from the Keemstar, were you engaging in that content?
Oh, I was a huge fan of Salvo. When Augie initially covered Salvo in his streams and laughed, I was like, okay, you know, I got to check out this dude. And he started live streaming. His Mad King Halloween special was just.
I still
was
haven't seen
content
that
gold for
one.
me.
That's the one I have not
Oh my
seen.
god, wait.
I'll never forget it. I was at work laughing my ass off the entire time because he was just so hilarious. He's
He's a
entertainment.
funny dude. Also, I'm so sorry. Oh, TR Tarts donated 5. Dave's stirring the shit for sure. But we missed something. In all the craziness earlier, at the beginning of the show, we mentioned how Salvo wasn't going to be on because he was going to be at a wedding. Did that look like a wedding?
No
Wedding gate?
Yeah, wedding gate, exactly.
Oh, Salvo, you sneaky fucker.
And I gotta ask PeePaw a question. PeePaw, we started off this whole interview, and hold on, I just had the question and it just left my head. Give me a second. Fuck.
I
Go ahead,
will
Leigha.
say, like, whenever Salvo would go through those moments where he's like, you know, I just want to give up, I always was so disappointed that he did stuff like that. I just feel like whenever you're going through a tough time with your channel, you shouldn't be giving up so quickly. Like, YouTube is very much a thing where it has its ups and downs.
True.
So whenever he would always post those videos where it's like, I'm retiring, I was just like, oh, Salvo,
You
come
know,
on, you're hilarious.
Salvo,
Keep it going.
He was throwing around those accusations that PeePaw was really close with Xylee. And I wanted to know, PeePaw, how did you even become like lumped in with Xylee? How did that even, like, how did you become like a part of her camp? Or do you even consider yourself a part of Xylee's camp?
I'm friendly with Xylee. I would say we're maybe starting. People, it takes me a long time before I consider somebody a friend. I'm talking years.
Okay.
I have to know them for years before I would say that Xylee and I are friendly. How I got to really, I guess, know Xylee or having conversations was when Dave brought her on his streams and was doing the, you know, and so, you know, she's a co-host of his streams. That's how I got to know Xylee.
Okay.
I think I've called into her stream maybe once or twice. She's called into mine several times, which, you know, of course, anybody can call in my streams.
It's my favorite part of your show when you take calls.
Yeah, people can call in. I'll take them, talk to them. I don't care. As long as they're respectful and respect TOS, I don't care. I'll talk to anybody. But I don't, I'm not like, I'll say this. I am more friendlier with Xylee than I am, you know, I guess in this case, since we're talking about Edwin and Salvo. But back in the day, I had more conversations with Salvo than I ever did with Xylee.
Wow.
You know, when when Salvo lost his monetization on his YouTube, and he was trying to set up some sort of way to receive donations and stuff, I told him, I said, reach out to me. I'll help you get it set up. You know, and I helped him get Stream Elements set up and get the donor alert showing up on his screen.
That's awesome.
When he streamed, all that stuff. You know, I helped him, you know, things like that. I've always, like I say, I don't dislike Salvo as a person per se. I just dislike some of the things that he did.
Yeah.
And, like I say, I hope that one of these days, I don't know how he could do it because the way that, you know, YouTube's terms of service are, but, you know, Keemstar did. He was able to come back and work a deal with him where he wasn't, you know, he didn't lose Drama Alert because he lost several channels before that. So, you know, if there's a way for that to work out or whatever, I hope that one of these days that if Salvo's so inclined, and if he's not, you know, there's other channels, or other platforms. There's Rumble, there's Kick, there's, you know, things like that. maybe he starts streaming over there again because he is entertaining. As long as he maybe dials it back from like a
Jessica
15 back to maybe a 10, say, you know what I'm saying? So that's all. So
What was that?
Thank you for the dono, Jessica.
Did you pick up on that? Was that snarky or was it nice?
Yeah, it was
I'll
something
go-
about a video. She wants a link to a video, so chat can probably help her with that.
I'll go ahead and answer that question that Jessica Pizzle is saying. Edwin admitted it. That should be good enough for you. You shouldn't have to have a video. It should just be his words, and he already said it. So smiley.
Also,
I
Edwin's
love how
not here
Jessica's
anymore.
how your
So-
delivery is, Leah. It's awesome.
Edwin's not here
I'm very
anymore, so
direct.
just wait for his video, and I'm sure you can comment on it.
Well, guys, we've
Plus,
done
they've
a
been
lot
slapping
today.
each other in the chat for a little bit. Are we not having the wrestling guy come on? You're
I-
running out of steam already, Dave.
I'm running out of steam.
Wow.
I am,
Wow.
I'm
you know
not
what you need to
PeePaw
do,
yet.
Ed? You know what you need to do,
False
Dave?
advertisement.
Tell me
Get you a
what's
cup
up.
of coffee. Get you a cup of coffee, man. It helps me.
Yeah, I'll take the show over. You can go get a cup of coffee, Dave.
I mean, you're more than welcome whenever you need to. Just I see. That's the thing is, I think this whole partnership that I've got going with Eli, there really is no like egos. And like speaking to your show, PeePaw, have you ever had any ego issues with whether it's Dave or Banana Grabber or Gigi or Seth? Have you guys had any locking horns with egos?
No, I don't have. I don't feel like I have an ego. Maybe I do, but I don't feel like I do. And so, if I don't have an ego, then what is there to fight about?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So no, there's never been, never had any with anybody. Now Dave and I have had disagreements and stuff, but it wasn't never about streaming or anything like that. It's just Dave and I are friends. We've been friends for years and years and years. So,
PeePaw, I
What the
will
fuck's
say
happening?
you are very humble. I've noticed that about you, and it's
Yeah.
always refreshing to see that.
Guess who's back, guys?
Hi, Edwin.
hey, Edwin.
Why do you need a wrestling guy when you already had a wrestling match tonight?
Right?
WWE.
Whoa, talk about taking it out of me.
It
Seriously.
was crazy.
I was like, what the fuck is going on my show right now? Like, what are we experiencing?
Yeah.
We need Mickey Knuckles to join in.
Yes, that'd
Did
be
you have an
pretty
out of
decent.
body experience, Super Dave?
I've never seen you like that before, Edwin. I've never heard you talk like that ever.
I know. And you know what? Like, yeah, like I acknowledge it's not good. I hate it. I hate it. Like it's like, and people that have been through like traumatic experiences can possibly relate to like the triggered, like being like just the frustrated, right? And people that can't or refuse to, will of course downplay it and invalidate it. And I expect it. And that's why I apologize. I acknowledge it, take a step back, and I do apologize. And even to people, because I know I have a lot of my haters. Like technically, I have done 2 live streams on Mr. Girl, so they're not videos like what I'm known for.
Mhm.
But I did 2 live streams, so you might find them. But yeah, I'm glad we could end them amicably. I will say that because I don't like fighting. I really hate that part.
I would like to ask you a question, Edwin, if I could.
Yeah.
Just and if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But this is just kind of for my own personal, I guess, whatever. Looking back through all this, is there any takeaway from this where you're like, this is what I've learned, and going forward, I will never ever make this type of mistake or these missteps or whatever you want to call them ever again. Has there been any takeaway from this whole situation?
Yeah, definitely.
Then I think that's good, right? Because I don't know because I know you dropped out, whatever. But the bottom line is like I said, you and Salvo and Babs and everybody involved, you're all humans at the end of the day, and you have feelings, and you guys hurt, and But if everyone involved can learn something and have a takeaway from this, then hopefully this whole situation was not something just in vain. And you guys will come through this on the other side better people. And I think that's what I personally, I think that's what I would try to focus on. and
Yes.
and try to let this to be water under the bridge, and go on with because you are an entertaining dude, and hopefully this video can come out and you can let this be the water under the bridge, and you can just go back to doing your thing, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which, how's the video going, Edwin? You know me, I gotta ask every single time I got you on. I gotta get a check in.
No, very, very super close. It's like it is probably gonna be like the 2 hour roundish. So I have to keep reviewing it, and it's like such a pain in the ass because to review 2 hours or like parts of it just to make sure everything's like how I want it to be takes a long time. And also like it's very, it brings knots to my stomach to have to keep coming back to it. So I don't dedicate it hours and hours and hours a day. I have to like kind of make sure I'm in the right mindset to try to work on this and stuff. But should be like 2 weeks, right? But sooner. But I'm really bad at time, so I can't really say. But really, really soon.
Guys, it's been a hell of a show. Eli, do you got any? I've been like monopolizing. Eli, do you got any questions? We got Edwin with us. We got Leigha with us. We got Dove with us.
Oh, I kind of wanted to ask PeePaw some things, or just kind of bring up the interesting conversation that happened on Twitter earlier this week, if that makes sense. Because I think we talked a little bit via, like, I talked to you in your live stream chat about it, but I couldn't call in that day. So yeah, that was quite interesting to have people kind of be like, well, you did this and you did that, and nobody was like really. I mean, somebody asked me what I meant, but then there were people trying to speak for me, and it got kind of weird. So I just wanted to like have a discussion if you still have any bad feelings about it.
No, listen. Twitter's Twitter. I don't pay any damn attention to Twitter.
I'm just getting sucked into the whole Twitter world, and I didn't. I mean, for all these years, I never partook in Twitter, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the content creation, and some days are better than others. I figured it's like there's these different circles on Twitter, and it's like, oh, I better stay away from this circle or not. And
oh God,
what, Eli?
Dave. Fucking, you know how you just said the whole thing about monopolizing? Now the people in chat are gonna start fucking doing the whole hashtag let Eli speak. It's gonna be like a Pika situation all over again.
Oh, fair enough. I forgot we had Hujan on too tonight. Wow. I guess it really was. I guess it was a super show after all. Edwin, how am I doing? Do you see any improvement in my content?
Even you started off hot in the beginning of the show. That's good. I think you did great. You have to express yourself. Something to express, so get out of your system.
And same for
exactly.
you people.
I think we're all like improving here. I think that it's a good show that we're able to like have people on that disagree.
You've been watching my content now for a little bit, or have you been sampling it? Do you see any improvement with the content, or do you think I still got a long way to go here?
No, I think you're getting better. I will say this. I agree with Valid. You removing the green screen out of the equation to where you're just not a floating head. I think is a lot better.
That was my Zordon era.
Your Zordon, yeah. Well, you better watch it. You'll bring in the Power Rangers. Little pick me bitch. Yeah, pick me bitch. I swear, I need to copyright this stuff. People, soundboarding and my little dance that I did, and
you're
I've seen that.
Yeah,
you know what that makes you sound like, PeePaw?
Little pick me bitch. Pick me bitch. Exactly, I'm a little pick me bitch. But no, I think you're doing great. And that's the life, right? I mean, you learn new things, and you get, like me, I still can't remember most of the time to unmute myself when I start my streams.
I'm struggling with that as well.
Yeah. So,
that earlier.
Yeah. No, I think you're doing great. I think what you're doing is great. I like that you're doing the streams. I think you're doing wonderful. You're getting some really, I think, great hosts to come in that you guests and stuff. So I think you're doing great, man. Keep up the good work.
That really means a lot to me. And like I said, we're all fans of. We're all some coffee beans up in here, right? I mean, Dove, a coffee bean. Dove, are you down with the coffee beans up in this piece?
Are you a coffee bean, Dove?
When I have time to actually check in with other channels, I've been really busy. But I will say, my
it's like
first
pulling teeth
interaction
getting a
with
compliment out of Dove.
Sorry.
Shut up, Dave.
Yeah, let Dove speak. What the fuck?
The first interaction I ever had with one of your streams was actually when Salvo had sent everybody to your chat to spam pancakes,
Yeah.
and you had such
Was
a
there for
good
that.
reaction, and I thought that was so funny, and it was such a backfire on Salvo, and it was really
Yeah.
funny to see.
You
Show
know,
the dog,
it's
Dave.
show the dog day.
Yeah, he had.
Sorry,
Edwin's
Edwin
dog.
was showing a dog, and I'm sorry, I
Oh.
didn't mean to cut it off.
Yeah, no, the
No.
last thing I will say though too is
Yeah.
I do appreciate and because obviously, you know, I pointed out earlier how people said the thing about Millhouse supporting the wrong team, but like now you guys are like, you know, apparently you guys hashtag behind the scenes and or publicly announced as well. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's how it should be. I think that's like, you know, it's good to give people second chances and like just hear each other out. So
I agree.
I'm all about that. So like shout out to you both, being supportive of each other and, you know, not taking things too hard. Like, you know, like again,
You are looking sharp right now, Edwin. Holy.
Thank you.
Look
Trying,
at
Where
trying.
are you going? Where are
Is
you
that
going
a
to,
different shirt
Edwin?
than earlier?
He's going to a wedding.
Good shit,
guys.
good shit.
Yeah, he's going to the
Edwin's
same wedding that Salvo's going to
Yeah,
today.
I'm
Edwin's
going
going
to
to
a
a
wedding. Yeah, I'm going. I got a wedding this weekend. Yeah. A friend of mine's got a sister getting married, so I gotta go.
Oh, it's not
Peace
you.
out, guys.
You're not getting married.
No,
Happy
I mean,
Edwin!
Have fun, Edwin.
It's been
Thank
an
you, guys.
awesome
Thank you.
night, guys. It has been really quite fun. If you guys got any more questions, now's the time. Otherwise, I'm ready to bring it on home.
I think
Subscribe
we
to
interrupted
Millhouse
Dove
and Valid
saying
Creations. Like up
something.
the stream.
Thank you, Edwin. Look at Edwin
Thank
being
you,
a true,
Edwin.
true
We don't
awesome
chill
person.
for ourselves, but we get
Sub
we
to
get chilled for
Leigha Something, PeePaw Riverter, and Meow Recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
Oh,
and
listen.
Salvo and Hujan. Everyone.
I'll just tell you something. I used to be the same mindset about not encouraging people to sub to your stream. I would encourage you to get past that and encourage people to sub to your streams if they like it. Don't. I would say don't like just
You
constantly
just
beat them over the
reminded me,
head.
people.
Just don't beat them over the head about it, but just say, hey, listen, towards the end of the show, say, if you've liked what you saw, hit that, smack that like button down there below and do the YouTubey thing and subscribe with notifications. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but just don't do it at the beginning of it and then, and stuff right off the bat because they haven't even seen what you're going to do.
But what about plugging the Discord server at the top of the show?
Plug Discord
that's
throughout
for
the time.
Collins.
I've got a bot that runs all the time plugging my Discord in the chat.
That's awesome.
It plugs my merch store, it plugs my Discord, plugs my Twitter. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you've got people that's coming watching your content, you want them to know where they can find you. Because let's just be real honest about it. Even if they are sub to your channel and they even got the little notification bells on, YouTube doesn't always let people know. So you put them in your Discord, you get a bot running in there that sends out a notification to everybody saying, hey, Milltown has put up a new video, or Milltown and Valid Creations is going live over here with the link. There's bots out there. If you want some help getting them set up, be glad to help you get them setting up and running.
That's community, people.
It'll ping your Discord and get them up and let people know that, as long as people are paying attention to their Discords, then boom. And it will help your channel grow, especially like live streams. And you can get where you'll have 60, 70, 100 people watching your but you have to invest in yourself.
True.
You have to look at your show as your product, and you have to invest in your product. And you got, and if you don't take pride in it and say, hey, subscribe to my channel, because I think what we're doing here is well as warrants a subscription. If you won't tell them that, then how they gonna know that or think? I mean, so yes, guys, hit the like button down there, hit the subscribe button, put the notifications on, get in the Discord so you can know when they're going live, and get here and support these guys. And while you're at it, listen, when it goes to the VOD, come back and put some comments down below. And if you're the VOD squad that's watching afterwards, put comments down below. Tell them how much you love and what they're doing here. Because I guarantee you, these guys come in and read the conversations afterwards. They'll put their little heart. They may even reply.
For sure.
So get in there and interact
Thank
with
you
these
so
guys.
much,
Let them know. So
everybody,
I appreciate that a lot. I missed something on the docket real quick
sure.
that
Hit
I
it.
wanted to go over.
Hit it.
So I just saw someone like bring up merch or some shit in the chat, and it reminded me.
This is very important.
So with like, I do like crocheting things. So, and my whole channel is about creating and crocheting, right? So I'm starting up like a little like shop or whatever for selling my crocheted works that's coming in the future. And I also have been seeing a lot of comments about how everyone wants me to face reveal. So once I hit 500, I will face reveal. So that's the answer to those questions. I've been getting a lot, like everywhere.
500's a fair number, don't you think, Peepaw? 500's a fair for a face reveal?
Oh, sure. I'm sure because I've watched some of Valid stuff. It won't be too long. She'll hit that.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Thank you so much.
And she's very talented. I sat there and watch her when she does that crocheting. She's so her hands are so what's the word I'm looking daft or whatever. Just my old hands, I couldn't do something like that. The arthritis and stuff. But it's relaxing. It's relaxing watching her do that, and then she tells her stories and tells the content. It's very good. So
thank you.
The
and her-
thumbnails are good though.
Yeah.
And when she starts selling it, I hope she makes a fortune. I hope this YouTube thing
Yeah.
becomes successful for all of us. We are plugging the community. That's Riveter, Peepaw Riveter, at Riveter on Twitter. And it's at Riveter on YouTube as well, right, Peepaw?
Everywhere it's at Riveter. Yeah.
Dove is at
And thank you
Meow
again,
Recording.
Meow Recording, and
Leigha
also
is at
plug in
Leigha
Leigha
Something.
because
At Leigha
yeah,
Something on
Leah's
both, right?
been a champ
Yes,
in here too.
at Leigha
Thank you
Something
for
on
coming
both.
on, Leigha.
And if
Oh, you're welcome.
now's the time, guys. Any last words? Otherwise, I'm going to close her on out.
Bye,
thank-
motherfuckers.
Thanks for inviting me on, Dave. I had a real fun time tonight. I appreciate it.
It's been a pure pleasure, and
Little
the door
pick
is
me,
the door is always the door is always welcome for you guys, because you guys have to know. After all, I love you, and please go tell somebody else you love them. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.